I wake up every day is a daydream. Everything in my life ain't what it seems. I wake up just to go back to sleep. I act real shallow, but I'm in too deep. And all I care about is sex and violence. A heavy bass line is my kind of silence. Everybody says that I gotta get a grip, but I let sanity give me the slip. Some people think I'm bonkers, but I just think I'm free. Man, I'm just living my life, there's nothing crazy about me. Some people pay for thrills, but I get mine for free. Man, I'm just living my life, there's nothing crazy about me.
Bonkers.
I wake up every day is a daydream. Everything in my life ain't what it seems. I wake up just to go back to sleep. I act real shallow, but I'm in too deep. And all I care about is sex and violence. A heavy bass line is my kind of silence. Everybody says that I gotta get a grip.
What is going on, world? Welcome to 90 Minutes to Glory right here on the Betting News Network. Myself, Nate Hornung, joined by my good friend Betting the Pitch here to give you guys all of the winners and more on the two World Cup matches we have later tonight, as well as the rest of the round of 32. This is all brought to you by our lovely sponsors at Lucky Rebel Sportsbook. Go to luckyrebel.la, click that QR code up above our head, get yourself a $1,250 deposit bonus, as well as 50 slot spins immediately in your account. We've already got some comments in chat. Please pick WNBA and MLB. Well, we will have some WNBA and some MLB winners for you in about an hour on Afternoon Betspresso following this show. But here for the next 58 minutes, 90 minutes to glory, we're going to break down plenty of soccer because we've got a whole lot to talk about. Mr. BTP, happy Tuesday, sir. How you doing?
Doing good, brother. How you doing? It's been a while. I feel like it's been a while.
It has, right? I've been taking these long weekends to slip down to the lake. So, yeah, it's good to be on screen with you, though. We got producer SPJ in the house as well. He's going to be helping us out behind the scenes for a little bit, but you'll be catching him on Afternoon Betspresso at the top of the hour as well. Plenty of WNBA from that man as the Commissioner's Cup final is tonight. But the focus here is going to be on the two World Cup matches that we have later this evening. Before we get into those picks, man, what a round of 32 it's been so far. Just absolutely incredible matches so far. Starting Sunday with Canada and South Africa, we had two stoppage time winners. We had two games going to PKs, and then even today, Norway wins it in the final moments of regulation time. I feel spoiled as a soccer fan that we've just gotten 5 very competitive matches right down to the final minutes so far in the knockout rounds.
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, this is what we wanted. This is what we expected. You know, now that it's getting down to the nitty gritty, top clubs, even, Paraguay with a huge upset. Great to see that. I don't know if you think Jeremy maybe got robbed on that extra time goal or not. It was a little iffy. Could have gone either way. Yeah, it was a little iffy. I feel like maybe could have gone either way, but just great games. I mean, even today, gutted for our Ivory Coast, though. We got them in our fantasy league, wanted them to progress, but they played great. They were great this tournament, but excited to see Norway and Holland, just excited to see them continue and see how far they can go. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, at least we got a goal from Ahmad today to help our fantasy league a little bit since the Ivory Coast has now been eliminated. Me and BTP will be rooting for Brazil and Mexico now, who would potentially meet up in the quarterfinals if things go their way. And it is going to be exciting to see how far Norway goes because I just really didn't know what to expect from this team coming into the tournament. Obviously, they've got Erling Haaland. Everyone knows that. But the rest of the squad, I was just worried about how they were going to do, especially defensively. And then also if Haaland kind of gets shut down, is someone else going to be able to step up and score some goals for him? But it's working out so far. What do you think of their decision to sit everybody in that final group stage match against France, saying, we don't need to win the group. we're okay with facing the Ivory Coast in the round of 32. It worked out for them, but kind of an interesting decision there.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, the manager's decision at the end of the day, maybe, I mean, it worked, like you said, it worked out for him. I would have liked to see Holland go for the golden boot, and get a couple more goals in that final game. Because, I mean, obviously he can't be stopped. I mean, he was playing great today. He was getting back, playing defense. He was really all over the pitch, even though he wasn't, on the score sheet until late. But all he needed was that one chance. He taps it in. He just always seems to be in the right place, the right time, finding space. So, great for him. And I agree. I don't know if I still trust this Norway backline. I just don't know if they have what it takes to take them this whole, the whole way here. And now they got to face a Brazil side with Vinny and Cunha and everyone in between. So that game could be another just absolute crazy madness of goals with two defenses that just have not been great. So I'm excited for that matchup and to see where it goes.
Speaking of that matchup specifically, that just has goals written all over it in my eyes. I'm looking at the lines right now on Lucky Rebel. Over 2.5 is plus 102. I feel like I just got to take that right now. Or is that telling
score on it?
Both teams to score.
Because that's got to be playable if the over's like that.
Minus 120 for both teams to score.
Man.
It almost seems too good to be true.
Yeah, that feels like almost playing both those lines there. Right. Yeah, because I mean, when they won today, and then it was announced obviously that they're playing Brazil. I thought the same thing. I'm like, okay, two teams that have struggled at the back, can be lazy, can really just be exposed at that back line. And with these two attacks, and with Holland and Vinny, I mean, you got to think this is at least a 1-1 game.
Yeah, at the very least. So yeah, maybe the both teams to score for minus 120 is the better route to go. I am seeing Norway to reach the quarter. Oh, excuse me. You're talking Norway to qualify in that specific match. My bad. Let me look up those lines. Because right now, Brazil on the money line, minus 114. Norway plus 320 to win that match in regulation. Norway to qualify, to advance to the next round, nearly 2-1 at plus 190 right now at Lucky Rebel. I don't know if I have that much faith in them, but if they keep it low scoring, going to hedge. Because SBJ's talking to us. It is in Jersey. What? Okay. He's got Brazil to qualify for the quarters at minus 110. So taking a little hedge with Norway. Yeah, plus 190 wouldn't be a terrible move. No. I mean, my mind just says Brazil is going to find a way though in that match. Can Holland really overpower?
Holland will have to put on a masterclass, I feel
exactly.
Right. But even 100%. Odegaard looked incredible today. I mean, he's in form right now as well. I mean, this Norway team is no slouch. I just still just don't trust their back line at all. And I mean, their keeper had to make some crazy saves today.
Seriously.
Our boy Ahmad almost banged one home to tie it at the end there, which would have been insane.
Huge.
But I gotta lean Brazil in this one. I know that they're dealing with some injuries. It looks like Casemiro is got a knock with a groin injury. So yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see when it comes. Games being played in Jersey, so weather is definitely a factor there. But yeah, I think I'm with you. I mean, this game just feels like if the weather is good, this game just feels like goals.
Right, exactly. That is a good point to monitor, though. With this game being played at MetLife Stadium, definitely got to keep an eye on the New Jersey weather up there. Looking ahead to the other round of 16 match that we have set up, Canada and Morocco going head to head on Saturday. It looks like that match is going to be played down in Houston. Now, I pissed off a couple of our Canadian coworkers, telling them that either Netherlands or Morocco was going to absolutely demolish Canada. I still kind of feel the same way. Do you have any differing opinions there?
No, I mean, I think this Morocco team is way better than this Canada side, and I think they just roll past Canada in this one. I being the World Cup and being how I don't think we'll get many knockout matches that are like real blowouts. I'm sure it'll be close unless, unless this France game today becomes a blowout against Sweden. But I don't feel like we'll see many of those. But this Morocco team is very good, as you know. I mean, they went head to head with the Dutch last night. I know you're probably heartbroken today, but what a game that was. But yeah, I just feel like this Morocco team is they're underlooked. I mean, not a lot of people talk about them, but they're so, we talked about what they did 4 years ago, and they're better in attack this year. So, I mean, just making a run in this tournament is just expected, in my opinion, from them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean, things are, I don't want to say somewhat easier for them now that Germany's knocked out, because they're still probably going to match up with France anyways in the quarterfinals. So it's going to be tough. But yeah, I mean, and how about that Germany game? Who would have thought they were going to go down to Paraguay? Sure, they battled back and got an equalizer, even got a winner in stoppage time that got called back. And I'm just gutted for Jonathan Tah, man. I mean, scores the winner, or scores the go-ahead goal in stoppage time, gets called back, steps up to the plate when his team needs him in that PK spot, and sends it through the uprights. Yeah, dude, seriously. Hey, can we just stop having center backs taking crucial PKs? I'm sorry, SPJ. I know that hits close to home, man, but he sent
that. I mean, that wasn't even close.
But I was reading that there were other guys on the German side that didn't want to step up and didn't.
I saw that today too. Yeah, I saw that today. Three guys passed on it. They didn't want to. Right. They didn't want the pressure.
And I guess I get that to an extent. So good for Tah for stepping up and say, yeah, I'll take it. But I mean, I know I saw Leon Goretzka's name said he was going to pass. I feel like he would have probably been a better spot, but. I don't know.
You know what? If that is the case, then props to him for stepping up, regardless of the outcome.
Absolutely.
Because a bunch of cowards on his team didn't want to do it. I mean, that's crazy in the World Cup for your country. I get it, because the backlash and the outcome, if it goes against you, can be very harsh, and we've seen it before with players missing penalties for their country and things like that, and getting death threats and threats against their family and things like that, and it gets crazy. And I understand that thought process. But I mean, if you're one of the guys that, takes penalties or has taken penalties before, I mean, you got to step up, and you got to at least try.
And I feel like that's, everyone's been dreaming about being in that spot, right? Your entire country's behind you. The game's on the line. I want to be the one to step up and knock it down. And yeah, like you mentioned, there's plenty of backlash that comes with it, but I don't know. I feel like the reward is too big to pass up there. So
you're absolutely right. Thinking about it, as a kid growing up in the driveway, it'd be playing street hockey for me, and it's 10 seconds left, you got the puck, you're going in on goal, he scores in overtime and they win. That's the dream as a kid. So I never even thought about that. That's a great point.
Yeah, hitting the buzzer beater on the driveway as time's expiring. Yeah, no, same concept right here. And nobody on this German side wanted to step up. So, Jonathan Tah, maybe work on your PKs a little bit. But also, he had never taken one in a professional competitive game. I saw that as well, which is wild that he's the one to say, okay, I'll do it. Never done it before.
World Cup, his first PK is a World Cup elimination kick. Yeah.
Right. And, factoring all that in, it doesn't surprise me that he sent it to Mars. Because, there's a lot of nerves involved there. So, but got to give him his flowers for at least stepping up and taking it, even though the result didn't necessarily go their way. Angers, I appreciate you being here, sir. Do you need to get back to work, though? Because I don't want my brother having to pick up your slack if you're tuning in to the 90 Minutes to Glory. Appreciate you being here, though, regardless. I bet that Morocco-Canada game will be close on the score sheet, but Morocco will have the ball and be in control the entire time. I see that's how Canada's probably going to play it. Canada's going to want that to go 0-0 through 90 minutes and then try and get one in extra time or a PK shootout. But I'm with you. I think Morocco will probably dominate the stat sheet as far as that goes. And then, all right, yes, I did wear all black today for the Dutch's funeral, unfortunately, because they were not able to get past Morocco last night. I mean, a great moment, Cody Gakpo scoring that goal for the Dutch to put them in the lead, just 2 days after losing his unborn son. Absolutely incredible that he was able to play and let alone score the go-ahead goal for them. And unfortunately, after that, they just played to hold on for the next 20 minutes. They were not being aggressive. And I get Morocco was pressing and being aggressive like they needed to, but the Dutch just kind of sat back and took it and, tried to just kick ball, clear it away rather than maybe possessing it out of the back a little bit. And it turned around to bite them in the ass. And Morocco scored in stoppage time, ended up absolutely dominated extra time as well. That was just all Morocco. I can't even believe we made it to PKs, to be honest with you. And how about Somerville's PK? Bono didn't even have to dive to save it. He made the standing save.
It's like he knew exactly where he was going. Exactly. I mean, that is like when you're watching that is like a keeper that just, this is where this guy's going. I don't even have to dive.
Yep. Yeah. Clearly did his homework, knew he was getting there. He had just missed the save because he dove against it was it Weghorst, I think, right before beat him high. And so, he kind of had a thought of, okay, maybe Somerville's going to go here. I don't need to dive. I don't want to get beat high again. And it worked out because he just put his left paw up there and smacked that thing down. So,
yeah, I mean, it was a great game. I mean, I think we've seen it though in this tournament with teams scoring that first goal and then just trying to see the game out, and it just hasn't worked out in this tournament. No, it just has not worked out. We've talked about it constantly of these, injury time goals, these last minute goals to tie the game, and then the team goes on to lose, or the draw costs them the 3 points that they needed to advance in the group, or whatever the case may be, and it just hasn't, it just hasn't worked out. And as soon as Netherlands scored. What a play by Somerville, though, to get Gakpo that ball as well. Yeah. Once they scored, it was just like Morocco was like, okay, like turned it on. They got the equalizer. And then, Netherlands just kind of turtled after that and didn't really see much of the ball. And like you said, they were lucky to even get to PKs. Netherlands keeper would just unreal save. And then even in the PK shootout, that one that he saved that ended up going off his foot and in, that was just so unlucky. So unlucky.
He didn't, if he didn't move, it would have stayed out. Like it was the movement to try and where'd the ball go?
Yeah, it was like the movement with his hands to like go to like almost like slap it, which ended up going under him. And then like him moving his feet naturally just kicked the ball right in. Crazy.
Exactly. If he just rolled over, he might have avoided the ball and it might have stayed out of the net. But just a brutal watch, especially being a Dutch fan here. It was tough to have it come down to that. And I mean, that is the beautiful game. It's so beautiful, but it's so cruel that these games have to come down to PKs like that. It is what it is.
How was the Tunisia game? I don't think I've seen you since then.
No, probably not. No, man.
I know I saw some videos on X of you chugging some beers in the stands, which was awesome.
Hey, I got to shout out this guy, Lil Shags. I asked him for a first goal scorer. He said Brian Brobbery. We almost had it on that very first goal. Thankfully, it was an own goal, so we go to the next one, and then Brobbery just a few minutes later, 7 minutes into the match, we get 2 goals from the Dutch to cash the first half team total, cashed up 400 plus 400 first goal scorer as well with Brobbery. So shout out Lil Shags for that one. And it's great to hear we're getting angers through the workday, man. That's what we're here for, right? 3:18 Central, 4:18 Eastern. You guys need a power hour to get you through the last few moments of work. Or you guys are in the right spot right here on the Betting News Network. But, dude, it was awesome. I've been to Arrowhead plenty for Chiefs games. I actually went to a Copa America match, the U.S. and Uruguay, a couple of years ago as well. But this was an atmosphere unlike any other. The Dutch just took over Kansas City. And, I mean, there was plenty of Tunisia fans as well. They showed out well in that stadium, too. So a lot of orange and red there. The wave went around like 10 times without stopping. So it was really cool to see, man. But yeah, it just an incredible atmosphere, great game. Dutch got the result they needed, cashed some bets along the way. So nice. It was just a great night. So
that's awesome, bro.
Yeah,
that's
no
awesome.
complaints.
Yeah, I mean,
man.
just seeing, I can't imagine being there, but you always see it, on social media, and you're just like, This is just insane. Like, that orange wave and the way they come into the game and even at the game, it was so awesome. So I'm sure it was just incredible for you.
It was blinding, all the neon orange all over that stadium, which I think I said it on a show last week, is orange is not really a color we get here in Kansas City very often.
You did say that.
So, yes. But it's cool to see, man. But electric atmosphere. It was awesome. Bradbury first goal might have been the loudest Shaggy's ever celebrated. I'm not gonna deny that. I'm not gonna argue with that. Look, I get hyped up for Chiefs games, all right, but that there was nothing like that, man. Nothing like Bradbury's first goal. I think I might have dislocated my little brother's neck just shaking him really fast. But it's great time, man. Great time. He lived to tell the tale. So we're all good there. But awesome. No, great match. Absolutely phenomenal. And we should have a couple of very exciting matches tonight as two more World Cup games are on the slate today. First one in MetLife Stadium, actually in East Rutherford, France and Sweden. France, a big heavy favorite here, minus 340 on the money line over this Swedish team. Do you have any bets in this game? How do you see this one going? Is it just going to be a French tidal wave?
I mean, that's what I'm feeling. I gave out the over 3 days ago when the line came out. So I took over 2.75 at minus 130. I just feel like this is a line that France could clear themselves. But again, we've seen the French struggle to keep clean sheets, and you know that Gyökeres and Isak and Elanga, they're going to make something happen today. So I feel like they'll get at least one, but this French team is just, when they want to turn it on and they want to attack and they want to press and they want to find a goal, they're going to find a goal. And, I just feel like this is going to be a tough matchup for Sweden. And, we saw Sweden kind of struggle a little bit against Japan. They got blown away by the Netherlands. And, their only win in the group stage was against, a poor Tunisian side. So, this French team is class compared to any of those squads. So, I just feel like it's going to be one-way traffic tonight.
Yeah, the only team they face that's somewhat comparable to France is the Netherlands, and we saw how that went. Put up
a 5 spot. So
exactly,
and they could. I feel like the French could do just that, if not more, if they wanted to. I feel like.
Oh, that's exactly how I see it, man. I went with France on the money line and both teams to score at plus 165. And in my opinion, the sweatiest part of this is going to be Sweden finding the back of the net. I endorse any bet on France in this match over their team total minus the 1.5, France and the over 2.5 in a parlay, however you want to play it. I think France is the side here for all the reasons you said. Incredibly stacked, especially on the attack, an objectively better attack than the Dutch, who, again, put up 5 goals against this Swedish back line that you and I are just not a fan of. We know how leaky they can be, and going up against, the best looking attack in the tournament right now. It's going to be tough. And, it did take France a little bit to get going. We saw that in their first match against Senegal, scoreless through 60 minutes, and then they turned it on for 3 goals. And then they obliterated Iraq and had a little tune-up game against Norway's reserves. But they're cruising, man. So I don't see anyone stopping this train. Definitely not the Swedish back line. So I think France is certainly the right side today. But I'll be rooting for Sweden to get one.
Yes, I think they do. I think they do. Yeah, I think they do.
Especially with you've got Saliba and Gyökeres, who have played all season together. Both being on Arsenal. They are familiar with each other's tendencies on the pitch a little bit. I kind of lean with Victor being able to exploit that a little bit more. Maybe Saliba's expecting certain runs, certain movements, that kind of thing. And Gyökeres being the offensive guy in control will able to combat that and switch things up. So, but France on the money line and both teams to score from me. Yeah.
I think just Isak and Elanga on the wings are they're going to find space. They're going to get balls into Gyökeres in the box, and something's about to fall in. I would be shocked if Sweden did not score, because they're going to be most likely playing from behind. The game's going to be wide open. They're going to have to press and play aggressive. I like that play. I just think that Mbappe and company, especially Mbappe, after Messi got another goal off the bench the other night, he's got to be at least in the back of his head thinking, all right, I got to get at least 2 today, for Golden Boot or whatever. So
And hey, Mbappe, if you just would rather assist to Mr. Dembele, I'd be okay with that. With my 33-1 Golden Boot ticket on Dembele, 4 goals. I mean, he's in the mix right now, but we'll see if that continues or not.
I have that Due Golden Boot ticket.
Oh, okay.
Because it was, I think it was like plus 5,000 on other books or something like that, and I found it on Hard Rock at plus 20,000.
Wow.
So I put, just a little like 0.1 unit on it, just for fun. But he just hasn't played enough. I mean, he scored last game. He's not starting tonight. It looks like Barcola is starting on the wing there.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So they got Dembele, Olise, and Barcola with Mbappe up top. So no Due starting on the wing there, which I was kind of surprised by. But Barcola's been playing well. I mean, again, France just has so much depth. It's like, no matter who they put in there, it's like just class at that position. So,
right. Because like you said, you got Due coming off the bench. You got Cherky on the bench as well.
Yeah, Cherky on the bench. I mean, like that. He hasn't seen much time, and and we saw what he did, in his, domestic league. So just crazy.
Exactly. Yeah, no, just very, very deep. So many attackers to choose from this French side. So rolling with that front four: Mbappe, Barcola, Olise, and Dembele tonight. We'll see if that works out for him. Sweden with 3 in the back, which we'll see if that works out for them or not.
I feel like they know that they are going to have to go for it. They're just going to have to. I mean, you're just not going to be able to sit back and stop this French attack.
No,
and you're going to have to. I mean, you're going to have to score. I mean, maybe they try and get that first goal and then try and sit on it. But even then, it's like you're going to have to go. You're going to have to score multiple against this French side.
We already talked about on the show that one goal early lead.
It does not work.
No, it worked. It worked out for Paraguay hardly. They almost bit them in the butt, but we'll see what happens. But I just think it's going to be a France domination. I think I wrote 4-1 at plus 1,300 for a correct score in my article.
That's what I have too.
BNN.com. Hey,
I gave that out last night at 4-1. So I love it.
All right, there you go, folks. 4-1 France. You heard it here first.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, credit 90 minutes to glory, please and thank you. Prize Picks Wiz, first time here. Appreciate you being here. Stick around. We got plenty more content coming your way. Not just the soccer for the next 33 minutes, but we got WNBA and MLB and maybe some more on Afternoon Betspresso at the top of the hour. All right, France and Sweden, both all over France in this one. What could go wrong? Moving on to the nightcap as Mexico takes on Ecuador south of the border in Mexico City. Now, I am flabbergasted that Mexico has a plus sign next to their money line. And maybe that's just me, but I could not hit Mexico money line at plus 130 fast enough. I just think this side is way too good. I've got very little faith in Ecuador offensively, especially defensively. I do think they're able to hold their own, but like we talked about with Sweden and France, I don't think this is a match where you're going to be able to hold Mexico scoreless. You're going to have to keep up with them, and I think Mexico gets the job done in 90 minutes. So I took Mexico on the money line plus 130. I also took them to win to nil, Mexico money line, and both teams to score no for a half unit at plus 226. Just, again, no faith in this Ecuadorian side. They didn't score against Curacao. They didn't score against the Ivory Coast. They got 2 against Germany. Yes, they got 2 against Germany's best 11. But do we really think Germany was giving their best effort in a match that didn't matter to them and mattered a whole bunch for Ecuador? I don't think so. So I think Mexico wins this 1-0 tonight.
This is a tough matchup for Mexico. This, to me, in my opinion, this is probably the worst draw they could have gotten because they're playing. One of the benefits that Mexico usually has is playing at altitude. And Ecuador are a team that play at altitude and are perfectly comfortable doing that. So that advantage for them is out the door.
Okay.
I know you haven't been high in this Ecuador side. I just feel like this is a game. I don't have a play in this one. I have no lean. I really could see it going either way. It feels like a 0-0, 1-1 extra time type match, in my opinion. Aside from the fact that Germany didn't really need that last game. They still put out a full squad. Ecuador still produced 1.27 xG versus Germany's 0.65. Yes, they didn't score versus Curacao, but I mean, it was just pure domination. That keeper had just an unreal game. And then the Ivory Coast one was very close. I mean, it took a beautiful Ahmad goal for that game to see, Ivory Coast was obviously the better team in that match, 1.52 XG versus 1.01 for Ecuador. But I just feel like this matchup is a tough one for Mexico just because of, where Ecuador plays, how they play, the style they play. If I had to pick a side, gun to my head, I'm picking Mexico. But I feel like this is a worst case scenario draw for them.
Fair. Okay. I mean, yeah, I don't have much of a rebuttal other than I just very high on this Mexico side. One of two teams to not concede a goal throughout the group stage matches. Mexico and Spain were the two teams, and Mexico did so by winning all three matches. And I think they did rotate plenty in that final group stage match, but I feel like that also kept the momentum rolling for them in a match that, again, didn't mean anything for them, but they still got the win. So I think the vibes are high in the locker room. Now, what do you think about all the Mexican supporters outside of the Ecuador hotel last night, keeping them awake? I mean, they might be a little tired, right?
I mean, I've seen that before, and it's like, I feel like it's never really panned out to anything. I've never really seen like it's
just a talking point for us.
It is, which is, and I love seeing it because here it is, a beautiful game, and these fans are just so passionate. They'll do anything, just setting fireworks off or gunshots,
anything to
whatever.
Get an edge,
anything to keep. Yeah. So, but I've never, I like this Mexico side. We're high on them before the tournament. Obviously their path through the group stage wasn't anything special. I mean, they played South Africa. They played a South Korea team that just clearly just struggled. And then a Czech side that was just underwhelming in every single match all tournament. So it's hard for me to think that they're just going to come out here and dominate Ecuador. I do think they're on paper the better team. But like I said, this just feels like a very tough matchup for Mexico. In my opinion, I feel like this is just one of those draws or one of those teams that they just didn't want to see. Any other team really, they could have had a real advantage playing, in Mexico here for this match. So yeah, I'll be rooting for you for sure on Mexico, the money line. Cause like I said, I got nothing. I have no, I got nothing in this match. So I'll be rooting for you for the money line. It's going to be a close one. It'll definitely be a sweat.
Well, you're rooting for us too, because we've got Mexico in the Footy Frenzy pool.
Yes. So double. So I'll definitely be rooting hard for Mexico.
Hopefully, Q can find us a goal to get us on the scoreboard a little more. KP hit Holland.
Little 2-0 win.
Love it. That works for me. KP hit Holland goal plus 450 live. Quick sweat. Nice winner there. Thank you, Beast McNeese. Appreciate it. My niece did not like it, I will tell you that. So I'm glad I'm getting compliments elsewhere. And he's got a nice compliment for you as well.
Appreciate you, sir.
Gotta love it, man. How many shaggy pitch teams can we lose in one day? No, Beast McNeese. Don't be thinking like that.
Wow.
Don't be thinking like that. That shows you're scared, though. That shows you're scared.
Living in their head, rent-free.
As we should have, minus 750 pre-tournament favorites.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Oh, Jeff. Don't be doing that. I get it. He's a Florida guy like yourself. You guys got to stick together, but it is what it is. All right. Well, Mexico and France, the two sides that are going to get the job done today. We are going to have 90 Minutes to Glory tomorrow, folks. Same time, 3 o'clock Central, 4 o'clock Eastern. That will be right at the start of the Belgium-Senegal game and then after the England-Congo games wrap up. So let's get into those here in a little bit. We will build a nice little parlay for the kids at the end of the show for tonight's couple of matches. And I mean, hell, if we talk about the U.S. a little bit, we talk about the U.S. a little bit. But England and Congo going head-to-head in Atlanta tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central, actually. Kicking off the morning spread. We'll be sweating out England and Congo. England minus 350 on the money line. I mean, they haven't been overly impressive this tournament. Obviously, they won the group, got the results they needed to. but this Congo side's been frisky. I mean, I don't think this is going to be a cakewalk for England. I would imagine they're going to find a way to advance, probably even doing so in regulation time. But how do you see this one going?
Yeah, I feel the same. I mean, aside from England's match against Croatia, the other two weren't really – I wasn't really impressed. Right. Yes, they dominated versus Ghana. They didn't score, but, they held 80% possession in that match. Only got 3 shots on goal that whole match. Holding that much possession and not getting quality chances is kind of crazy. And then they beat up on a Panama side, again, holding almost 70% possession and scoring 2 goals, in the second half. Jude kind of took over that second half. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to have a play for this one either. But I want to lean. I'm trying to look and see what it's at right now, but Congo's spread, what it's at the moment. Because I feel like I just feel like they're going to keep it close. So +1 in Congo plus 1.5 is almost even money right now.
Yeah, -105 I'm seeing.
Yeah, so you could get almost 1.75 at around 135, -135. But yeah, I mean, that I feel like that's how I would lean if I had to pick a side. I mean, do we get, a basic 2-0, 1-0 England victory here? Probably.
Right. Probably.
Exactly. Yeah, probably. It's probably going to be a 0-0 first half. And then England's going to get a late goal, and then Congo's going to have to open up a little bit, and then they'll just get a late second goal, and they'll win 2-0. But yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like it's going to be a blowout. I've been impressed by the Congo side. I want them to keep progressing. It's been awesome to see, and it's always fun having that Cinderella story in sports and in the World Cup. So yeah, nothing for me in this one, but yeah, I think we're kind of thinking the same way here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, cool to see this Congo side obviously went toe-to-toe with Portugal, earning the draw in that first group stage match, nearly earned a draw against Colombia as well, eventually losing 1-0, and then came from behind against Uzbekistan to get the win, get the 3 points, and move on to this round of 32. So got to give credit where credit's due. But now you got to face England. And I think you kind of said it perfectly as far as that game script goes. I think we're scoreless at halftime. I think Congo can hold strong defensively for the first 45 minutes. Eventually, England probably going to flex their muscle and get one, and which, leads to Congo being more aggressive, and maybe England does get a cheap one later in the match. But I'm right there with you. I see it being 1-0, 2-0 England. I don't hate that Congo on the spread, though, at +1.5 or even the +1 and 175 if you'd like to go that route for a little extra juice, because England has not been a team so far, at least, that's going to wow you with multiple goals and a ton of great chances, aside from that game against Croatia where they put 4 in the back of the net. But I think Congo defensively will be able to hold their own, especially because, they like playing 5 in the back already. So they're going to make it tough for you to score regardless. But given that this is a round of 32 knockout round match, it means that much more. So I think they come to play. I think they'll surprise people, but eventually I do think England is going to find a way to get the result.
I agree. Yeah.
We'll see what happens. But that brings us to our next match on Wednesday, which, again, this one is going to be kicking off right as soon as this show kicks off tomorrow. We'll be sweating out the first half with you guys as Belgium and Senegal go head-to-head out in Seattle at Lumen Field. Belgium a slight favorite in this match, +120-ish on the money line. Senegal for about +245. I really like Senegal. And I'm trying not to have, recency bias of how terrible Belgium looked in their group, even though they eventually won the group. I've been impressed with Senegal, and I think they can hold their own. I think they can keep it low scoring. We're seeing the over under 2.5 shaded towards that under at -130. So book's kind of alluding that it's going to be a low scoring match. But no, my head just leans with Senegal on this one. What are your thoughts here?
Yeah, I agree. I haven't been impressed from this Belgium side. I mean, yeah, they beat up on New Zealand, that
but you needed to.
You needed to, exactly.
You needed to run up the score.
You put yourself in that position against teams like Iran and Egypt because you couldn't get the job done. So you put yourself in a position where you had to beat up on little old New Zealand. So I just don't know where, Doku didn't look good last match. I don't know if he's still not feeling well or what's going on. De Bruyne's getting up there in age, It's just Lukaku's hit or miss. You don't know what kind of Lukaku you're going to get. Is he going to start? Is he going to come off the bench? Is he going to be, hitting the target? Is he be sailing it over the net? So
right.
It's hard for me to go against Courtois in net because I feel like he's going to have to make some saves. And if you're going to rely on a keeper to keep you in the game, it's got to be him. 100%. But yeah, I mean, that front three of Mane, Sarr, can't think of the other guy's name right now, but yeah, I just feel like they're going to take control of this match. I feel like they're the better side. They've kind of been a little, unlucky in their group stage. I mean, they had to go against France and Norway. So, I mean, two really tough opponents. They held their own against France in the first half, and then France kind of flexed their muscles, like you said. Norway was back and forth. That game could have gone either way. And then they had to take care of business versus Iraq, and they did just that, and they completely dominated them. But yeah, I like the Senegal side. I feel like they're very structured. They have very good attack, and they should be able to break down this Belgian back line, fairly easily. I like the both teams' to score line at minus like 120. I'm waiting to see if Senegal plus half comes down a little bit because right now it's at like minus 140. If I could get that like at minus 130, I like that because I don't think Senegal lose this match. Worst case scenario, they draw and they go into extra time. So like I would like that one to come down a little bit, just a little too juicy for me at the moment. But that's kind of where I'm leaning in this one.
Yeah, no, I mean, I see it the exact same way. That third guy is Nicholas Jackson is the other guy up top for Senegal, that Bayern Munich forward. I had to look that up too. Belgium's goalkeeper is 34. Courtois just turned 34 in May. Question from KP there. Senegal game will come down to Nicholas Jackson staying on side for once. Fair point, Anchors. Look, I do. Yeah, exactly. I would be worried that if Senegal does find one first in this Belgium game, are they going to do what we've seen every team do, and that's sit back and defend and abandon any sort of game plan? Because we saw them light up Iraq 5 goals, in a match that they needed to win to advance and needed to put up some goals on the differential line just to get through to the round of 32. But I have a feeling they could surprise people here, and I'm right there with you. I'm monitoring that Senegal double chance line because that is more than likely going to be my play in this match because, again, just haven't been impressed with Belgium, especially on the back line, like you said. And yeah, there's so many question marks with this squad of who we're going to get, how are they going to play, what's the game plan going to be. So I think Senegal is just in better form right now, playing better soccer, and I think that'll show tomorrow on the pitch. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I don't think. I mean, I'm looking at the total right now. Obviously, the books think it's going to be under, which I could see that. With the South Africa team, that's kind of their style that they can play. They can really just kind of see a game out, play for that draw, or find that one goal. But I just feel like the Senegal side, if they want to attack, they could really just take it to Belgium in this match.
Yeah,
it just feels like, I hope that they do, because I feel like that's an easier path to victory for them, is attacking this Belgian back line, attacking that midfield, and just scoring a couple goals instead of just sitting back and just, trying to see a game out, maybe catch them on a counter or let them have the ball. I just feel like that wouldn't be the right play here against this Belgium team that I don't think has a lot of confidence right now coming into this match. I mean, yeah, they beat up on New Zealand, but again, aside from that, they didn't look good in either of the other two qualifiers against lesser opponents than Senegal.
Exactly. I'm looking at Senegal's team total right now, over a flat 1, plus 107. I don't
So
necessarily
if they score one, it's a push.
Yeah, one, it's a push. Two,
Yeah.
you're a winner. Which, if you want the over 1.5, it's plus 220 there. Which you're going to need 2 goals to win anyways. But
if your book has the 1 at plus money, I mean, I would be shocked if they didn't score at least 1 in this game.
That's exactly how I see. So yeah, Lucky Rebel right now hanging the flat 1 for Senegal's team total over plus 107. Look, it's soccer, folks. All right, they're low scoring games. Hunting out plus money and push potential. That's where my mind goes when handicapping these games. There's so much volatility, so much can go wrong that, there's no shame in being a little safer with some of these selections. So I'm seeing Belgium's team total over the 1.5 for plus 130 if you wanted to go that route. But I got faith in this Senegal defense that they're going to be able to hold strong at least for 60, 70 minutes of this match. And maybe it really opens up the last 20 minutes or so, especially if it's, scoreless. Maybe teams just start pushing and pressing and going forward. But we'll see. Should be very, very entertaining. Belgium and Senegal tomorrow happening in Seattle.
I picked Senegal for my bracket. So,
Okay. I mean, I don't hate that. Now,
for me, they're just a better team, and I just feel like one way or another they're going to advance here. And this had upset written all over it for me.
All right, so we're both kind of leaning with Senegal to advance here, which plus 140 just for them to advance. If you'd like to go that route, now as an American soccer fan, are you rooting for Senegal or are you rooting for Belgium? Who would you rather see in the round of 16 there?
Oh yeah, I'd rather see Belgium, 100%.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. You and me both.
I don't think I'd want to. Although we did play well against Senegal in the friendly.
Right.
We did beat them 3-2 in the friendly.
They were still dealing with some injuries, though, weren't they?
I want to see the lineup because I remember Mane scored 2 goals in that game. But I don't think
Mane had both of them.
Yeah, Mane had both of them. I don't think they had Sarr up top in that game. No, they didn't. So I think they were missing Sarr, which is a big miss for them.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big miss, and especially right now because he's playing phenomenal.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I remember
kind of look like it
because USA played really well against them in the first half. I mean, even the whole game, but like the first half, they played really well. And then they made their subs at halftime, and Senegal ended up tying the game. But then Balogun got a late winner. And I feel like, did we struggle against Belgium recently?
Well, we lost to them in 2014 in the round of 16. Is that what Tim Howard did everything he could?
Back in March we played a friendly with them, and they beat us 5-2.
Huh. What was the lineup for us though in that?
It wasn't top, but I mean we had Pulisic, Balogun, Tillman, McKennie. I mean they had a full squad for the most part. Actually, they didn't have Courtois in net. Yeah, we had Tessman, Robinson. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, maybe we match up better with Senegal.
Maybe, yeah.
Because we've actually struggled against Belgium. We've actually never beat them.
Really? Okay.
Even in friendlies and stuff. So
first time for everything, right? Maybe it happens in the round of 16. It's the team of destiny.
I just want to see USA keep going. I just want to see USA keep going. I want them to win tomorrow night and just make a run. It's just been. I just want it to be so awesome.
And I came into this tournament with very low expectations for this U.S. squad, given the group we were in, given the, I had some issues with the roster Ponch put together, but clearly they're playing well, right? He's doing something right. They are all just moving as a unit in the right direction. And I mean, even our B team went toe to toe with Turkey, with Turkey's top squad in the final group stage match. So yeah, we're primed for a victory. And look, I'll sacrifice my plus 170 round of 32 stage of elimination bet. All right. I will sacrifice that for the U.S. to move on, assuming we make a run. Don't lose in the round of 16. If you win this one, please. That'll leave a bad taste in my mouth. But I'm with you. I'm very excited to see how far we can go. So it'll be interesting. But USA and Bosnia tomorrow night. USA pretty heavy favorite. Now we are going to be able to talk about this game tomorrow, but just quick little snippet. What are you feeling for this USA Bosnia game?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have anything right now. Lines are kind of juiced, towards USA, and I want to be on that side, obviously. Right. I kind of like. I found Pulisic to score or assist -110 on a book. I kind of like that. I feel like he's gonna. He looked great coming off the bench against Turkey, so I don't think health is going to be an issue. Right. I mean, he looked great. He looked great in the first half against Paraguay. Just total game changer when he's out there for them. So that's kind of where I'm leaning right now, but nothing official there. But I think USA wins this game and advances.
Fair. Yes, Beast McNeese, I am very nervous. I'm also more upset that I got a freaking horrendous line because I'm sitting with +170 basically for Bosnia to advance. And all of you could get Bosnia to advance at +400, basically. So I'm sitting with not only a terrible number, but also an unpatriotic ticket right before July 4th. So, yeah, it's making me feel some type of way, man. Let me tell you. Very nervous, hoping it's a loser. I'm hoping it's a loser. All right. I'll make money in the group stage futures regardless. So I'll sacrifice this one for the betterment of the country. No need to thank me. No need to thank me. Oh, you guys don't need to call me selfless. Stop it. Stop it. You're fine.
We appreciate your service.
Exactly. All righty. Well, we got about 9 minutes left on this show. But don't go anywhere, folks, because Afternoon Bet Espresso will be live at the top of the hour, breaking down the WNBA and the MLB and so much more. But before we let you go, we got to find a parlay for the kids. So let me pull up the old No Fun book and see what we can come up with. Now, did we want to? I mean, we could just make this a France SGP if we wanted to. We could mix both games. You guys are going to be the only ones that are going to get it. We're not going to have time to get this out to the world. So this is going to be an exclusive 90 Minutes to Glory to stream parlay as this France game getting started in about 8 minutes. But where do we want to start? We both love France. How do we back them in this situation?
I mean, I feel like their team total over 1.5 is somewhat playable for a parlay piece.
I would think so. Let's see. Mbappe to score. This man.
I know.
I'm seeing -390 for France's team total over 1.5.
I mean, I know. Then again, it's like Mbappe to score 1 goal is what, like -250 or something.
Mbappe anytime. It's only -180 on this.
I say we take
right
that.
Now.
I say we take that.
Might as well. Mbappe to find the back of the net. I mean, do we want to put something else from this game in here, or?
I mean, do we just do like the over 2.5, like Mbappe scoring over 2.5 in the game, or?
I don't hate that because we both think goals. We both think that's a number that France can clear by themselves. Over 2.5 -250 brings those two legs to -143.
Okay.
I like it.
Okay.
We'll start there. We'll go with those two legs for France, Sweden, Mbappe anytime, and then over 2.5. Those two legs, we got it -143. Moving on to Mexico and Ecuador.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, man.
I hate doing it, but like under 2.5. I mean, right? I hate unders, but like I feel like 0-0-1-1 is like what's going to happen in this game.
I see it that way as well, man. And in a game that I lean an under. I just am so hesitant to take any sort of prop.
I know.
Because it just doesn't go along with the script in my head. So,
right.
I mean, if we put the under 2.5, minus 260, that individual leg, those 3 legs plus 135. Do we want to look into the shots market in that one, or?
I'm trying to think do we take Q shot on target?
That's
got to be yeah. That's got to be pretty juicy. I like Gutierrez too. He's been shooting a lot for Mexico. If he took like him to shoot twice.
Q is only minus 160 to have a shot on target.
Okay.
Throw that in, and it gets the 4 legs up to plus 306.
Oh, yeah. Let's do it.
I think that's it right there.
Let's do it.
There we go. Jeff, you're right. Ecuador's not scoring tonight. You're right. Under plus 120. That's absolutely correct. But just take Mexico on the money line there. All right, yeah. Let me type this up real quick as I'm reading it off to you. Kylian Mbappe to score over 2.5 in France and Sweden, under 2.5 in Mexico and Ecuador, and our guy Julian Quinones for 1 shot on target plus 306. I got you, KP. Let me do this real quick. Mbappe goal. France over 2.5. Oh, yeah. Beast McNeese has it. That guy's quick.
Oh, he's got it. He's on top of it.
That guy's quick with it. Mbappe to score over 2.5. France, Sweden, under 2.5. Mexico and Ecuador. And our guy, Julian Q, for a shot on target plus 306. Nice and safe. That'll get the job done, right? Something fun to sweat.
Should get the job done. Should see this.
Yeah,
should see this right go through the hoop tonight. Right through the hoop tonight.
So.
Yeah.
Every leg should be plus chicken. A real Canes guy would know that. Look, man, I'm kind of out on Canes. I'm going to be honest. I have not had Canes since I ate it for 7 straight days after Carolina swept Ottawa.
What was that? I remember seeing it. Obviously, it was before I was like part of the team here and everything. So but I did see it on my feed a couple times. You doing like Canes reviews or whatever.
So I was very confident in the Canes beating the Senators by 2 games in that series. So I loved the minus 1.5 at plus 134. I also bet the sweep at plus 900 as well. And then, me being me on stream one day, I just said, if the Canes sweep the Senators, I'll eat Canes every day for a week. And lo and behold, that's exactly what happened. So I got my summer's worth and my fall's worth of Canes all in 1 week. And haven't even thought about it since, to be honest with you. I think there's probably still some Canes sauce in my arteries, which I probably need to get that removed. But
I've actually never had Canes.
Never had Canes.
No.
Wow.
It wasn't where I'm from, in upstate New York. And then I actually looked the other day if there was one down here, but the closest one I think the closest one's like 35 minutes, 40 minutes away. And I'm not driving that far for that. It's
probably not worth that long of a drive. But,
yeah.
If you ever
people love it.
People do love it. And I get it. It's simple. The sauce is incredible. So I get why people love it, but definitely not much variety. And I think that was the issue is like, I couldn't switch up the meal. It was just chicken tenders, fries, and sauce. I could have them slap it on a bun if I wanted them to, but that's it with Raising Cane's. Fried tenders. And I ain't eating the coleslaw. I'm not about that life. Miss me with that. Double toast, please and thank you. Real.
Yeah, we had Dave's hot chicken. I think that's what it was called.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So like that was like the closest thing to Cane's.
There's at least some variety there because you can mess with the sauces and whatnot. So
yes.
Yeah. I've been to Dave's a couple of times, but yeah. Cane's a lot closer to my house, so I'm a convenient guy for sure. That usually wins in my household. So, and yes, I'm not gonna be the one to say Carolina won the Stanley Cup because I so bravely ate Canes every single day for a week. But if other people want to say that, I'm not going to stop them. I'm not going to stop them.
They owe you a ring. They got to send you a ring now.
Yeah, exactly. I'm wearing the shirt too. I'm wearing the shirt. I bought some merch, man. I bought some merch. I had to. I've just adopted Carolina as my NHL team now. So we'll see if they can repeat next season. But that about wraps it up for us here on 90 Minutes to Glory. Appreciate you guys being here as always. One more time, the parlay for the kids. Mr. Beast McNeese put it in chat for us. Mbappe to score over 2.5 in the France and Sweden match, under 2.5 in Mexico and Ecuador, and our guy Julian Q to have one shot on target, plus 306. I am all over Mexico tonight on their money line, on them to win in shutout fashion. And actually, I didn't mention it on this show, but I did on the morning spread. I actually have a 2-unit play on Mexico and France, both to advance at minus 125. If you want a plus sign, just take France on the money line, Mexico to qualify. That'll get you to plus 105. But that's what we're rolling with tonight. Mr. BTP, any last words for the kids?
No. Go France. Go Mbappe. France. We need some goals.
Go France, go Mbappe, and go Mexico, please. And thank you. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning on the morning spread. BTP joining me on 90 Minutes to Glory, same time, same place tomorrow. But right now, Afternoon Bet Espresso is live. There is a gaggle of dudes down in this stage, so we're going to let them up here. They got plenty to talk about, so we're going to get off the screen and let them up here. Afternoon Bet Espresso live right now on the Betting News Network.
Another hour right here on the Betting News Network. Excited to have you guys with us. We guys enjoyed the last hour with 90 Minutes to Glory, breaking down the incredible World Cup action that we've had rocking and rolling with you guys. We got you right here for another hour for your Afternoon Bet Espresso. That's Vsauce. That's PJ Glasser. We got Flo in the house. My name's SPJ. Excited to have you guys with us. From Higher Ground. Boys, I played this song today from our friends at Red Hot Chili Peppers in honor of the 30th anniversary of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie. If you're old like me, that movie was a part of your childhood, and you remember this opening scene where they go skydiving and that song. Yeah, man. I was 30th anniversary of that. We are old, gentlemen. We're all old except for Jackson in the shadows. Jackson,
yeah. What the hell is the Power Rangers?
Yeah, what is that? If you want some good viewership, Jackson, go watch that movie. It's obviously it was filmed 30 years ago, so remember that when you're watching it. But peak childhood for me.
Oh my God, you're a man of amazing taste. The Power Rangers, like with the white Power Ranger and the green. Oh my God, it doesn't get better than that.
Yeah. There was also that scene, I forgot about this part, where they had that like Xena warrior woman with the staff, and she had that green fit on. Whew. Prime, my little tiny 10-year-old SPJ was having a great time watching that movie.
Man, I was young Steph was devastated when I think they had to save Zordon. I think that was the plot of the movie.
Yeah,
man, I was devastated.
Absolutely. V wanted us to play National Treasure today in honor of the huge news that we have in the NBA free agency that we're going to get to. We're going to have a fun show with you guys today. We're going to do the good, the bad, and the ugly. We're obviously going to talk a little bit about the World Cup. Those guys just talked about it for the last hour. The France game is about to kick off here, and then we've got one more game tonight between Ecuador and Mexico that we'll touch on. But we got the Commissioner Cups final. We got Flo in the house. We're going to talk about what might go down in the Barclays Center a little bit later this evening between the Liberty and the Aces. We got the Diamond lads. We got PJ talking about what's going to happen on the Diamond. We got Vsauce telling us who's going to go deep and then we're going to cook the parlay to give you guys the moves. Brought by our sponsors at Lucky Rebel. You guys can click that QR code and bet a little bit of everything that we're going to talk about with you guys today. And shout out to Beast McNeese in the shadows for pressing the buttons. But before we get into any of that, guys, V's got Don't Get Got today for the vibes.
I do.
Do you want to do that first to get the vibes rolling, and then we talk some NBA free agency, or do we just want to get straight to the goods?
No, let's get into it a little bit. I feel like it'll be a good segue into some NBA news, maybe a little bit of World Cup action. Why not? Let's get into it.
Okay, so the way I think PJ's played, Flo, I don't think you've played with this actively, but I know you're a man of mini game enjoyers, so I think you'll like this too. Chat, V has some categories for us. He's chosen something within that category. All we have to do on the screen is just don't get got. Don't pick the thing that he picked in that category. So chat, you guys can let us know what you guys think when V says the categories. Can't wait to see what Sauceman cooked up today. He said he's been in the lab since this afternoon, and I can't wait to see. Get after it, Big Dog. What we got?
4 questions, all really sports related, and one little tiebreaker at the end, just in case. But let's start it off with a little bit of a softball. Of the 48 teams to qualify for this year's World Cup, name me a team or / country whose name starts and ends with a consonant. Now, there's a bunch of teams you could pick from. You're going to have to think about it. Take a second. And just make sure it's not the same team that I first thought of. Because I put the first one that came to my brain when I wrote it down. So,
Start and end with a consonant, yeah?
I got mine.
All right. PJ, I'll let you start us off.
All right, I'll go with Portugal.
PJ, you got. That's the one.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I hate this game. I truly hate this game. Dude, that is nuts.
Nobody else has to go. Gerald knew. Yeah, I did. I picked Portugal.
Straight off the rip.
Sorry, PJ.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Just
man.
in case one didn't want to get accused of cheating, but that was nice, PJ. You and me were on the same vibe, though. It's nice. It's nice.
Same wavelength. Nice.
All right.
Well, it's Flo. We're safe. We don't have to say anything. It's great.
Beautiful. I love
No,
it.
it's
Yeah.
good. I hate those ones.
Works
The ones
out.
where you're really thinking you can't think of an answer. It's nice when somebody just, provides you a softball. All right,
It's really
next
funny the more we play this game, how people are starting to. There are people that like it, and there are people that vehemently hate this game. I feel like PJ's joining Shags in the hatred of this game slowly but surely.
I mean, that was
But-
impressive. And what's funny, too, is I'm going through the other teams, and every team I'm thinking of is like a vowel at the end. So I was like, you know what I mean? It's like Portugal and Brazil were the only ones, and I went with Portugal. So there we go.
There it is.
It took me a minute too, but all right, next one. With all the trade news and everything going on, right? Not just this year, last year. I feel like over the last few years, every team has a list of untouchables. Now, obviously, you've got your superstar untouchables, guys like Jokic, guys like Donovan Mitchell, or whatever you want to say, right? But I want to talk about guys that you guys, if you were an NBA GM today, for any NBA team, if there was one player under the age of 24 years old, 23 and under, who you would deem untouchable on your roster. Now, this isn't you are GM of that team, but if you were building a team today, name me one player under the age of 24 years old that you would deem untouchable, untradeable, unmovable. And then remember, think about who do you think I would deem untouchable, unmovable, and who I would pick. Because I think I picked the most unmovable player in the NBA right now in that age bracket.
Yes. So am I leading off here?
Go ahead, Flo.
I'm gonna throw out the name Cooper Flag
Okay. Maybe
because there's like a giant elephant in the room, and I just want to go to the opposite end. I want to be nowhere near it.
okay. Honestly, that's the one name I didn't even think of when making this list. Isn't that insane? Wow.
Wow. That was the first name I thought of.
And that was the name I was going to say naturally. So
Damn,
really glad
yeah.
I stuck with Portugal. That's awesome.
Okay. Okay. In honor of that, PJ, I'll let you go last this time. SPJ?
I'm gonna go Cade.
Is Cade under 24? He is, right? 23, I
I
believe.
think he's 23, isn't he?
Wow, that's a great call. I didn't realize this was that.
Yeah.
Pretty
Cade-
sure.
I didn't think that either, but yeah, I like that. 100%.
Jackson
All right.
Beast, can you double check me here?
While he checks, PJ, who would you deem?
If he's young enough, I was going to say Cooper Flag and then Paolo is my second one.
Oh, Paolo is. Yeah, Paolo is actually 23 years old. Yeah, Paolo is 23 years old. I like that too. My answer was Dylan Harper. Everybody survives this round.
Oh,
Dylan Harper.
Ooh, okay.
After the NBA Finals or after everything I just saw, he's been on my mind quite a bit. Pause. But he's been on my mind quite a bit as the offseason's progressed.
no Wemby, huh? I thought.
I was about to say, I
Wemby.
thought you were going to say Wemby.
Yeah, me too.
See, that's the thing. These chalky guys didn't really come. Cade, even a guy like Paolo, Cooper Flag. I was looking like, dude, guys I had on my list, a guy like Jamal Shed, who the Raptors just made untouchable in the news with Kawhi. Obviously, they didn't have to move off of him either. They ended up keeping him. But, I mean, we'll talk about that news in a second. All right. With the NFL coming up, training camp set to start in just under a month here. There was a lot of change this offseason, a lot of change on the sidelines, especially. 10 new head coaches were hired this year. Who was your favorite hire of the offseason? Or pick one of the 10 hires from this offseason.
Okay.
Okay.
SPJ, you're going to have to go first on this one.
Man, I feel like you're gonna get me by doing this, but I'm gonna go hometown with my homie Robert Saleh joining the Titans.
You were safe. You
Yeah.
are safe. I thought that was too chalky. I did not think you were going to go there. All right. All right.
Thank God.
PJ?
Flo's still in. I'm out, so I'll go after.
Oh, yeah, Flo?
Yeah.
Oh, you
I'm
go
right.
I feel
first.
like my answer is too chalky here, but it's John Harbaugh.
Safe, Flo.
Wow.
Safe.
Safe, baby.
I thought that was too chalky.
So V didn't go with SPJ's Titans. I'm afraid he went with my Ravens and took Minter, which is obviously what I'm considering. But I'm gonna go with the rival instead and go Mike McCarthy.
Oh, okay. You were also safe. I went
good
with
one.
the Atlanta Falcons and Kevin Stefanski.
Okay.
Kevin Stefanski in this new Atlanta offense. That's what I was thinking about. Honestly, though, everybody went with a little bit of chalk besides PJ. Everybody with the new head coaching hire. Flo, I'm assuming you're a Giants fan as well.
Unfortunately, my dad made me a Jets fan.
Yeah.
Okay, we can just move right past that. We don't have to talk about that. All right, last one. This one's gonna be tough. You got a 1 in 4 chance, boys. Name me a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
Oh,
Go ahead, Flo. Since you're from New York.
the vibes we've hit. Power Rangers and our Ninja Turtles. My childhood is alive, and my childhood,
Complete, baby. Complete.
I'm gonna go Donatello.
Ooh, okay, safe. Flo is safe. Flo is safe.
Oh,
All
Jesus,
brains.
dude.
All brains from Donnie.
I'm gonna take the chalk, man. I'm going Michelangelo.
Ah, you got guys. I'm
knew it.
sorry.
I knew it. That's why I didn't do it.
That's my
He's
favorite
the coolest
turtle.
one. He's the coolest
see?
one.
100%. I'm sorry,
I was
boys.
gonna say Donatello too, man. Fuck.
I was gonna go Michelangelo too if SPJ
right,
didn't
well.
take him. So
He doesn't like Michelangelo.
yeah.
I thought it might be a little tighter there at the end, so I needed one that was definitely going to get you guys. Flo went a little bit in the opposite way with Donatello there, but Mikey's my favorite turtle, man. He's all vibes. That guy is all vibes. Oh, that was dope.
We should have, dude. We should totally have some sort of like not Comic-Con, but like the next meetup we do, we should have some sort of like dress up of like all of our famous comic book character or favorite comic book characters.
So Sook would have outfit changes. I'm gonna just say that he's probably listening to us right now in the shower. But Sook would have outfit changes.
Oh, he's got wigs.
We had an event like that, yeah.
Oh yeah, we'd be like those
Yeah.
South, was it the Japanese or the South Korean fans with the full Goku and Vegeta fit in the stands?
Yeah, you see with the
man.
Demon Slayer shrouds and stuff like that too. It's absolutely hilarious.
Love it. All right, well, that was Don't Get Got. Good job, B. Those were good.
awesome.
DJ appropriately hates this game now.
And Flo appropriately loves it.
Yeah.
Yes,
That was a
indeed.
well played game.
Yeah, that was really
Yeah.
fun. I love that one.
Yeah.
I'm just glad I didn't get called first to pick Portugal.
I was going to say the
I was
I was going to say the
anyway.
Netherlands. Yeah, see, you're not alone, PJ. Shags is with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Netherlands. That's
Yeah, that's what I was rolling with. Unfortunately, the Netherlands had a sad day yesterday, though, as they lost in the World Cup. Before we talk Real quick, guys, did you guys watch the knockout rounds yesterday? We're going to talk NBA free agency and kind of react to some of the stuff we've heard today in the last couple of hours. But did you guys watch any of these crazy knockout round games yesterday? And obviously the one we saw this afternoon between where Norway got the job done at the death with Holland.
No,
Dude.
I didn't get a chance to, unfortunately.
Absolutely insane. The Morocco goal last night was absolutely fucking insane. Dude, like
Crazy.
the header, the stadium, the way that it just absolutely erupted, and then you go into extra time and then into pens for both games. I was sitting here on edge. I can't even imagine what it was like to be a fan of one of these teams or to be here for one of these games. Absolutely electric environment on all sides. And then today, that pass to Holland where he scored that game winner, how did it even make it through 3 defenders the way that it did? Oh my God. He looked surprised because you could tell the way he touched the ball, he wasn't sure if he got enough on it. Luckily he did, and he ended up in the back of the net. But my God, dude, this is why I love the World Cup. And every time I go back to watching just league soccer or whatever it is, it just never feels the same because there's nothing like this. Knockout stages and everything with it, just electricity.
I watched all 3 games yesterday. All 3. It felt like each game was better than the next one. The 2 games I was most looking forward to in this round was Brazil, Japan, and then Netherlands, Morocco. And both games were absolutely awesome. That Netherlands, Morocco game was fantastic last night. And penalty kicks are I really think that might be like the most dramatic thing in sports. Playoff overtime hockey is really good. When you're watching in the Olympics, those 200-meter swimming races or track and field, I love, or any kind of playoffs or whatever. But penalty kicks, the drama, like V was saying, your team doesn't even have to be playing, and you feel like you're sweating it out with these countries. So it's awesome. I want every game to go to penalty kicks, especially if I don't have money on it. I just root for chaos and drama.
Thing about the German players that didn't want to step up and take the penalty, and then you see a guy who does not take penalties step up and obviously absolutely shank it and or send it into the stands.
It's crazy.
Rough.
Also, the woodwork, the crossbar and the posts got a workout in that PK round. I've never seen so many guys hit the post.
Yeah.
Or the Beast McNeese, you had to pull up your own fucking comment. All right, relax, big dog. Keep it to yourself down there.
Cody Gapco, though, absolute electric moment for him. I know he's had obviously a very tough week, but to see the entire team kind of come around him like that was a absolute insane moment. But then to watch Morocco, I don't know if you guys have seen any of the videos of the fans celebrating in different places in New York, and it's just absolutely insane. Teams are having success this year at the World Cup that we've never seen before, and maybe the expanded pool isn't so bad. So
I was going to post something last night. The Sophie Cunningham pointing meme that's been going viral, basically saying to all the people that were saying that the expanded bracket was a bad idea, and have them pointing to that. That would be awesome, because it's been awesome, man. The ball, as you guys said, all those games last night were incredible. That header from Diop at the end from Morocco was to contort your neck like that and kind of have you be behind you and whip it into the corner like that was insane. The Netherlands really shit the bed, though. They played too defensively after they scored that goal. They were not very good on the day, to be honest, at all. And then we saw something similar today. Ivory Coast got a little bit unlucky. Norway really didn't play fantastically. Holland was kind of underwhelming, but as you mentioned, V, when the moment was big, even though it was kind of a miss hit, he still got the job done. It was always Holland. Keep us posted, chat, what's going on in this game that just kicked off here as France is taking on Sweden. Keep us posted. There's what's going on. I bet Shags with that game.
But that's what soccer does, though. It's those kinds of, you can't build it up because of how hard it is to score a goal. To give up one in the 90th minute, and then for us to see that twice last night, just heartbreaking shit.
It was incredible. But we've got one game tonight. The guys broke it down already between Mexico and Ecuador. I know Shags is all over the Mexican team, the only team to not lose a group stage game and also not allow a goal in the group stage game. We'll see if that changes again tonight against the Ecuador team as the Mexicans look to move on in the knockout round to the round of 16 tonight. No play. Do you guys have any plays in that game? PJ, I know you've been kind of dipping your toe in some of these soccer games randomly. Man. You got any plays in that Ecuador-Mexico game?
So I parlayed under 2.5. It was juice like -150. I parlayed that with France to advance and England to advance tomorrow, and that got me to like even money, like close to there. So
Okay.
I feel good about France, winning this match in some way, whether that's in regulation, extra time, PKs, whatever it may be. England, same kind of thing. I didn't really want to lay juice at -150 with Mexico and Ecuador, but I parlayed those together. So that's how I'm playing that game tonight.
PJ likes to go to bed with a little sweat because he wants to wake up and sweat it out with England tomorrow.
Absolutely. Sure do.
Let's go.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about the elephant in the room. In about 45 minutes, the official start of NBA free agency begins, but we've already gotten lots of bangers today. So let's react a little bit to that, lads, and then we'll jump to the Lady Hoopers going in the Commissioner's Cup tonight, Flo. I can't wait to talk with you about that game. First of all, the news we got today, LeBron James, not going to be a Laker next year. LeBron's tenure in Los Angeles is over, as the King has decided that he is going to move on and play. He is going to play next year, and he is also going to play for a new team. So we'll talk about that in a second. But the second part of the bomb that dropped today, and I'm sure there will be various other ones that come out, as we all kind of thought when Wendy talked about it this morning, Kawhi Leonard is returning north of the border. Perfect time for him to go north of the border with all the stuff that's been going down in Los Angeles. But returning to where it all started, where he won a championship, as he is returning back to Toronto to play for the Raptors. Oh, Beast, did somebody score? I'm seeing a reaction down below. We might have got a French bang.
Oh, it might have been, yeah. Was it Mbappe? Yeah, I think it was.
Was it Mbappe? Of course. It was always Mbappe.
Of course, it was always Mbappe. Oh, offside.
Offside.
Oh, VAR room.
Fake bangs from Beast McNeese. Crazy.
Crazy work.
Was
Crazy
it by
work.
the hog? I mean, what? Did you guys see that one guy where he's like, if I was playing and it's just his gut across the VAR line?
Yeah, I saw that. Was it the big toe or the tip? Which one was it? That's what we need to know. Breaking news, as I said, the Clippers are nearing a deal. Actually, they've just completed this deal, sending Kawhi Leonard to the Raptors for Brandon Ingram, Grady Dick, 2 first-round picks, a pick swap, and 2 second-rounders. It's obviously via ESPN. I'll let Vico last because I'm sure he's got lots of thoughts. And as the Canadian, Flo, what do you think about this trade, man? I don't know any thoughts what you think about Kawhi and him returning back to where he won a championship. But do you like this move?
I love this move for the Raptors. I'd say like in a muddled East, as a Knicks fan sitting on the top and watching the entire conference feel like it's crumbling, suddenly another contender has emerged. And I think that this is a top 3, top 4 team. Out like for all the hype that the Giannis trade got for the Heat, I'm putting the Raptors over the Heat because they have a deep team and they have a ferocious defense and they have a front line with Kawhi and Scotty and CMB. And Shed in the backcourt as well is a ferocious defender at the point of attack as well. So I think like they have to add some more pieces for the bench, but this Raptors team is going to be formidable. Kawhi, obviously, he's 35 years old. His health will be a question mark at times, but if they can get this unit to the playoffs, they could take anyone in the conference, if I'm just being honest with you. I love this move for them. For the Clippers, I love how they've kind of rejiggered this whole thing. They were sitting at the deadline last year with a worn-down James Harden and older Kawhi on a really uninspiring team with Brook Lopez as center. Now you have Keaton Vogler and you have Darius Garland, and they sneakily maybe have gotten more for Kawhi than the Heat got for Giannis if you squint a little bit. So win-win for both teams for me. Love this for the Raptors. I think the Raptors are going to be amazing this year.
What do you think, PJ?
I mean, guys, for so many years, we saw the Clippers try and pair Kawhi with somebody, whether it was Paul George or whether it was James Harden. And I think maybe now he's kind of got his running mate in Scotty Barnes. I think the two of those guys are going to work really well together. I think their games are going to mesh well together. And I think Kawhi just being back in Toronto is great for the city. I think Toronto saw Jalen Brunson become the king of New York, and they wanted to get the king of the North back in the 6, with the Raptors. So I like the move. I'm right there with Flo. They got a nice young thing going. And I think all these teams in the East, man, they kind of realize after the Knicks and the Celtics, like it's anybody else's for the taking to kind of be that number 3 or number 4 team. And maybe you just get hot and you go on a run. And we all know with Kawhi, health is always the major question. But even at this point in his career, I mean, at his age, like if he's healthy, being back in Toronto, and now Scotty Barnes can kind of shoulder some of that if he needs to. He doesn't have to be the one all the time. I agree with Flo. I think this is a great move for both sides too, because the Clippers, they're finally committing to the rebuild. They're starting over. They're getting as many young players, as many draft picks as they can. So I like the deal for both sides and especially for the Raptors.
Okay, Sauce Man.
I completely agree. I think that this is a great move for both sides. I think that Kawhi, he's played 65 plus games in 2 of his last 3 seasons. Last season, obviously not much of a winning team, but this guy is still putting up numbers when he is playing well. 28 points per game is what he averaged this season at 35 years old. Yes, he's going to get the extension. I think, honestly, if the Raptors are going for it, right now is the time to do it. You have a guy in Scotty Barnes. You've got some great pieces in terms of depth, guys that are also on good team-friendly contracts right now. This is the time to go for it. Like PJ just said, the East is wide open. And honestly, I think over the last 8 years, watching a new team lift the Larry O'Brien trophy each year kind of opens up your eyes. You think about it, like it was so quick after the Warriors and Cavs were going back and back to the finals again and again and again that we thought dynasties were growing on trees. Every time somebody has won a championship, there has been an active sect of fans and analysts that are being like, how's anybody going to beat this team? And obviously the main goal is always to beat the team that just won a championship, but the Nuggets didn't do it. The Bucks didn't do it. The Knicks will have a chance to do it next year. The Raps didn't do it. Celtics didn't. And even the Thunder, one of the teams that I think was one of the teams that everybody thought was going to now be a dynasty, be the first team to repeat, didn't happen. Injuries happen, long seasons, cold spells, all kinds of different things. And if you're going to go for it in an Eastern Conference that's this wide open, and if you're looking at the Celtics that are looking at potentially breaking up their duo, you're looking at a New York Knicks team that you think you match up well against. I mean, I love the move for the Raptors. I think when the Raptors are good, the city is live. And I love that even more just for the city of Toronto. I know everybody there right now is probably ecstatic because this isn't like when you had to say goodbye to DeRozan. You're saying a goodbye after 1 year of Brandon Ingram and getting your guy back, the guy who brought a trophy to the city for the first time ever. So I love it.
I agree with everything you guys said. I think this is going to work out fantastic. We're also going to get probably great sound bites like the again. But I like the point that you mentioned, Flo, that I like this for both sides. I'm a huge Brandon Ingram guy. I know that his career has not really played out like everybody. I just think that he's one of the smoothest, most talented scorers we have in the NBA when he's healthy. It's just never quite come to fruition every single year. Maybe that's another stint in LA for the other team across town. Is him and Darius Garland is a fun 1-2 punch. We'll see if they add some more pieces in the offseason as well. But excited for him to have. I know it didn't quite work out with him in Toronto. There were stretches where it looked pretty good, but I still am a believer of this guy in the NBA, and I think that he has some more to say in his career. So I'm excited for him to have yet another fresh start on a team that, you know, maybe they can make some noise in the West, and we'll see what happens there. But win-win on both sides. Now we get to talk about, and let's kind of this is the question I have for you guys about the LeBron stuff. Like I said, as you can see scrolling at the bottom, LeBron James told everybody today, Shams broke the news on ESPN, that the King is not returning to Los Angeles. So no LeBron next year. It's Lucas' team. Reeves signs the extension, probably going to do some more moves for the purple and gold very soon in crypto.com. Mm-hmm. I want each of you guys to say a team. And you don't have to necessarily have the money backing to go with this, so this can be a little bit more of a fantastical activity. A team that you think LeBron A, wants to go to, and B, would want to go compete to win a championship on. So pick the team that you think LeBron is going to go to. And he's going somewhere. He has already said he's going to go play next season. So V, you got to close it out last time. I'll let you go first this time. Where do you think Bron's going to take his talents to next year?
Let me start off with a little Father of the Year comment, putting $3.2 million in his son's pocket today before making the news public. Shout out to LeBron, man. Gotta love it. But I'm going to go straight out of left field with this one. I know that there's a lot of teams, and probably the consensus is that he's not going to want to play for a fourth team. Maybe he will. Obviously, Golden State's out there, and Cleveland and Miami are both on the table too. I saw this on the timeline, and I couldn't stop thinking about it. The Minnesota Timberwolves. He's a big Anthony Edwards fan, huge Anthony Edwards fan. And if you look at this roster, they just lost out on Julius Randle, which is about 13 to 16 shot attempts per game in the offense. They've also haven't had a real point guard on this team in who knows how long. Mike Conley was probably the last guy to really play point guard for this team, and he hasn't played substantial minutes for almost 2 years. Dante DiVincenzo can slide back to the 2 guard with Jaden McDaniels at the 3, a LeBron-led team with some shooters on the outside, Gobert in the middle, a defensive team that is focused heavily on protecting the paint, where you can then make up for lapses of LeBron on defense on the defensive side, especially because you've surrounded him with bodies like Gobert, Dante DiVincenzo, Jaden McDaniels, and he can just facilitate an offense, take about 15 to 16 shot attempts per game, and really be the guy to facilitate this offense. He would also be the guy to maybe potentially bring a championship to Minnesota for the first time ever in that franchise's history, if that was to happen. I mean, I like that move from all angles. I think that there's also a little bit of narrative behind it too. In my eyes, it's not really championship chasing as it might be with some other teams, but I mean, Minnesota seemed like a logical option to me. I don't know how that would work now in terms of money. Maybe with the if he does take the vet min like he has said he would, but I don't know. I like the Timberwolves. I like his combination. I like him teaming up with Anthony Edwards. I think it'd be a little bit of fun.
Alec Bisney said that earlier on Morning Spread when this news dropped, as it happened right when Shags was live, and I said in the chat that he would strangle LaMelo. LeBron would legitimately.
I actually forgot about LaMelo. Not gonna lie, while talking about this in my head, I forgot about the LaMelo trade. Now that probably doesn't work out because they have the point guard now. They have the point guard.
He would give that guy the biggest fucking noogie all the time for all the stupid ass shit he'd be doing. Could you imagine LaMelo hucking like a 35-footer and LeBron just turning to him and being like, "What the fuck is this guy doing?" But it makes sense. He is a big Ant-Man. I'm gonna jump the line real quick. This one's chalky. I think he's going back to South Beach. I think he's going to Miami. I think pairing him with Giannis, Bam, letting him kind of be the – the reason why I think that Miami makes sense is because, I think that in this point of LeBron's career, and we saw this at the end of the season last year for the Lakers, I think his best attribute that still makes him an elite level starter in the NBA is his facilitating. Like, he's not really a 30 to 35 point scorer consistently anymore. He's just too old for that. His rebounding is always going to be there because he's 6'9", but like he's 40, he's going to be 42 years old next year. But the guy can average 10 plus assists a game if he has the ball in his hands a lot, just with how good he can see the floor. And you put him with one of the best finishers around the cup in the entire association in Giannis, and not have to score 30 points a game because Giannis can do that. And obviously Bam helps out defensively with the rebounding and also what he can do scoring the basketball as well. You put a couple shooters on that team. LeBron went running like the, auxiliary point guard. He can also be more of a shooting guard or shooting forward when some other guys are in there to kind of run that option of Davion Mitchell running the one as well. So I think him back in Miami, running it back one more time with Riley and company. Hey, Pat, just let him eat his cookies, man. That's all he needs. Just let him have his cookies. So I think back in Miami could be fun. Also, big market. He's had a place in South Beach before. I think he wants to go back to another warm climate as well. Like Sook said in the chat jokingly, those 42-year-old bones, man, in the Minnesota cold. I know he's a millionaire, but it's cold up there, man. So I think Braun back in Miami would be fun. Yeah.
Flo, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking Golden State, and it's chalky as hell. Draymond Green opting out of that contract and then going on his podcast talking about, I'm always here to be a team player and work for the team. And LeBron had an interesting line when he talked about at this point, it's not about money, it's about happiness. When I think about happiness, I just think about his family. Golden State is only about less than an hour away, flying away from LA where his family lives. I'd imagine he just wants to do, I don't know if his daughter is in high school or junior high school, but I'm sure he wants to be around his kids just to see them grow up. And, this is near the end of the line. I can't imagine there's too many years left. This might be the end of the line. Obviously, the affinity of him and Stephen Curry and Draymond Green. And we saw how magic it looked when he was playing with Steph Curry for Team USA. That was amazing. But with all that said, I think he's going there. But where I would like to see him from like a basketball purist, I would love to see him on the Spurs. Because I just keep thinking back to that finals where they melted down in each of those losses. And I just think about if they just had the veteran leadership and guile of LeBron James to just calm things down and to just not have De'Aaron Fox control every possession, I think they might have gotten over the top there. So I think that like him going potentially to a fourth team, to a fourth championship, and that's the swan song, I think that'd be dope. I love LeBron. But when it's all said and done, I think he's going to the Bay. I think he's going to Golden State. And then they have like this weird kind of like unction thing going with like past this prime KP and Draymond and Steph and I don't know. Clay's on a losing team. Clay want to come back too? I don't know. But I think it'd be really fun for basketball.
I mean, the story.
Oh,
Everybody and their mother would be tuning into every single Golden State game
absolutely.
for
Civil
LeBron and
war on the
Steph.
timeline. LeBron fans versus Steph fans every time they lose a game. Every single time.
Seriously,
Straight
bro.
up. All right, PJ, take us home. You gonna go with the hometown squad? You got something else in the chamber?
Look, as much as I would love LeBron to come to DC, it's just there's no chance that happens. Like LeBron's just not playing for the Wizards. From a basketball standpoint, though, it actually makes a ton of sense, and he would fit perfectly within that roster. And tell me a starting five of Trae Young, DeBansa, LeBron, Anthony Davis, and Alex Sarr. Like that could low key do some damage if they stay healthy, which is the big question mark. And he wants to play with AD, so if he really does again. And he gets to play with DeBansa and Trae Young. I think it could be really fun on paper. I just cannot see him going to the Wizards, especially when that's what Jordan did towards the end of his career. But maybe he does, which would be interesting. I'm with Flo, though, man. I really just think it's going to be chalky, and he's going to go to Golden State for all the reasons that he said. But the other thing, his family's still out in L.A. It's an hour plane ride away. Keep in mind, the thing that not a lot of people are talking about, both him and Steph have 4 rings. I think it means a lot for both guys to get that 5th together and try to do it together. He's played with Steve Kerr with USA Basketball. He has that familiarity there. And you don't think they've had all these talks going on throughout the summer? Big reason why Golden State gave that contract to Kerr. He came back. Now Draymond makes the move. I just kind of feel like all this stuff has been going on behind the scenes for it to come together, and LeBron going to Golden State. I think that's where he ends up. The Spurs is also the team that I was thinking of. If LeBron really wants to win a ring, that's where he should go. He slides in, everything Flo is saying, all that young talent. They need the veteran presence. And I think if LeBron went to the Spurs, they would be my pick to win the championship. But as a Wizards fan, selfishly, I like to see him in DC. But as a basketball fan, him and Steph would just be electric. We all got a taste of it at the Olympics and how fun that was to watch. So to watch them in a season, go through the playoffs together would be really cool. And I think that's what ends up happening. So Golden State would also be my pick.
So I think the more important question is everybody always and often likes to ask, him going to Golden State, how does that affect LeBron James' legacy? Right?
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, though, is that not a conversation to be had whatsoever?
I mean, it's definitely going to be a conversation because everything kind of comes down to legacy, but I just kind of think it won't matter, to be honest. I mean, this is the end of the line. We didn't get Stephen Curry in the playoffs last year. I hope that never happens again. I don't know how many more years I have of Stephen Curry in my life. I want as many as possible, and I want as many in the plot as possible in big games, and I need him to be in the playoffs this year. So with a Brutto KP and an old Draymond Green and a roster that's yes, LeBron, please, Golden State playoffs. Round 1 me, Golden State at LA, Luka and whoever he's paired up with Austin Reeves versus the Warriors. Let's run it. Let's have some fun.
You've also got Jimmy Butler coming back from his ACL. He'll be returning to that roster as well, which if they don't move on from him, which they said they're going to. So there you go, chat. 4 different answers. Actually, technically 5 with the Spurs thrown in there as well for where LeBron might play next year. Let us know what you guys think. Drop in the chat where you think the King's going to go play next year for possibly his final season. He didn't come out and say that this is going to be his final year, but he did say he's going to play another season of basketball in the NBA. And we'll find out where that's going to be.
I wonder if we'll know, beforehand. Will he do the farewell? Obviously, some people will say, of course, he wants it. Some people say he won't. But with it getting now to this many years, I wouldn't be surprised for him to just be like, that's good. You know what I mean? Which would kind of stink to not know that it's coming, but it's an interesting thing now, right? Obviously he's coming back, but
I mean, dude, if he plays another, he played in elite level basketball last year. He was really, really good. If he comes back and plays another season like that, does stay healthy, God forbid something bad happens. But if he comes back and plays that level of ball again, why not? As long as you're not, as long as his body's still holding up and things like that, he wants to keep playing. We'll see what happens. But
if money is no object, if you listen to him and he wants legacy, he should go to New York.
There it is.
I was surprised Flo didn't say it off the bat.
That's where he should go. If it's all about legacy and I want to change the world and no one's ever won a chip in LA and New York as one of the top 3-4 best players. Just saying.
You see those blue and orange skies are just leaching in there.
They're beautiful.
They're beautiful, aren't they? Yeah. Well, let's stick with New York. Let's turn the page. We could probably spend the rest of the show kind of gabbing about where LeBron James is going to go. But we've got some basketball to talk about tonight with the Lady Hoopers. The Commissioner's Cup final this evening. We did get some news about this game a little bit earlier today, which is really unfortunate. But we'll kind of set the stage first, Flo, and then we'll talk about what we're kind of both liking in this game today. Commissioner's Cup. I got to give a shout out to Prime. You guys can see the lines scrolling at the bottom of the screen. We got news that Asia Wilson is going to be out of this game, but holy did Prime cook with these graphics. There's your Aces. There's your Liberty. Tonight, 7 o'clock Eastern on the Commissioner's Cup final on Amazon Prime. Obviously, GTA 6 and Fallout with those previews there. I'm sure Sook really liked those as our resident graphic designer. Somebody really cooked with those. But it sucks, man, because we're not going to get to see Asia tonight. Obviously, she kind of rolled her ankle in the end of that Sky game. I kind of thought she was going to play, but it came out this morning. At least they gave us ample time to prepare. It was a 1.5 point spread. That spread has now popped up to 6.5 that you can see scrolling at the bottom of the screen. 173.5 point total, as this is a rematch of the 22, I think 23, the 2023 Commissioner Cup final. What do you like in this game, man? It kind of just set the stage. Obviously, no Asia sucks, but it should be a really good game between two of the best teams in the WNBA right now.
Absolutely. You're going to see a game with two teams. Obviously, the number one thing in the middle is that trophy that comes with a hefty bag of cash, and all the players want it. So you're going to see tight rotations. You're going to see playoff minutes. You're going to see playoff intensity. And I think what's going to come into focus is you're going to see the coaching matter more than ever. You know, Chris DeMarco's in his first year with the New York Liberty, and he's in uncharted territory. We never really have seen him in a pressure cooker in a big spot ever. And I think that there's a chance for the Aces to potentially steal this one. And I'm saying this as a Liberty fan with the Liberty shirt on.
That's sick.
It scares me a little bit because the PTSD of the Aces winning the 23 WNBA finals with, you know, Chelsea Gray out, and everyone assumed they would just go 5 and they'll take 4, lost that at Barclays. Or what about last year's Commissioner's Cup, where, of course, the Minnesota Lynx with, you know, the first or second best player in the league at home against the Fever with no Caitlin Clark, you know, take it to the bank. Well, they lost also. You know, this is the 6th Commissioner's Cup, and the last 4 have been run by the road team. So I think the Aces have so much veteran leadership. It'll be a tough task indeed, but I think there's a spot where they'll be in this game until the end. On the Liberty side, I think they're going to struggle a little bit as far as not having Satu Sabli defensively. Obviously, Asia's not in. That's the big headliner. The Liberty have more talent. They have the better players. But it's just a spot where I just think that the Aces can really keep this one tight and keep it close. And I think you potentially could be seeing once more a championship come to New York in the month of June. The last month, the second one, coming to New York. That's probably what will happen, but I like the Aces in this spot to keep it close for sure.
Yeah. Like I mentioned, sucks that we're not going to see Asia, but two talented teams, top to bottom, two of the best in the biz right now. From a betting perspective, I know that chat's kind of talking about a couple of different angles. I know you have some kind of interesting looks here. No official, like, straight up props that you have in this game. You got some great value on a couple of MVP sprinkles. I know you like a couple first baskets. And then maybe we can talk about, I know you just said the Aces might get the job done tonight. I've got a few as well. So kick us off. What do you like from a betting perspective in this game?
So from the betting perspective, the game starts on the opening tip. So we'll start the first basket, which is Jonquel should win the tip over Melissa Smith. I like Jonquel and Brianna Stewart. I think that the size of Jonquel Jones in this game is really going to come into focus. I was looking at her assists because between Cheyenne Parker-Tyus and Brianna Turner and Alyssa Smith, that's a lot of, like, defensive. They're missing Asia in that spot. They don't really have the size to stay with Jonquel. But at the opening tip, I like Jonquel and Brianna Stewart. For the game, in the back of my head, because I saw when Asia rolled her ankle, and it looked very scary the second it happened. There was like an audible gasp in that Chicago crowd. She went right to the locker room, taped it up, came back in, finished the game. But in my head, I was like, you know what? She kind of came back and maybe was running off adrenaline. You give it one day, you got to travel to New York, and that thing swells up a little bit. It makes sense what the Aces are doing to play it safe. So I also took 2 threes from Jackie Young, 5 assists from Chelsea Gray. I got it minus 105. It's moved a little bit now. But the big thing is with Jackie Young, I've seen this story so many times against the New York Liberty. You know, I'm a Knicks fan. I'm a New Yorker. Certain players just own certain teams and do certain things. David Ortiz could come off of his couch right now and get 2 hits off the New York Yankees. But I haven't swung a baseball bat in a decade. Jackie Young makes 2 3-pointers against the Liberty. That's what happens. They're top 5 and above the break threes allowed. And I'm using the 5 assists from Chelsea Gray as a dejuicer. Now, other looks in this game, which I'm anticipating, I'm really looking forward to see what is the starting lineup for the Aces, because I think that if you get a player like Cheyenne Parker-Tyus, this is a player who's, like, has started in this league, is a veteran. I think that this is a game where Becky's going to rely on the vets. Parker Tice, I think that if you get her 10 points at a nice price with the rebounds, love that one a ton. And Maureen Johannes on the 3-pointers, because I think that the size for the Liberty is too much. I think she's going to be open on the wing for 4 or 5 3-point attempts. You just need ball to go in basket. 2 is sitting at something like minus 120. Like, that's crazy to me. So those are the other looks I didn't take, but I'm definitely going to pull like a long shot for tonight.
Let's go, man. Well, I'll go ahead and start with this one. You just talked about this. I've got a couple props in this game, and then we'll turn the page. You mentioned the Yankees. Almost threw a softball. We'll go to the diamond in just a minute from these two lads down there, giving us the moves. And I think PJ has a play with the Yankees this evening, if I remember correctly. So stay tuned for that in just a second. Johannes, you just said it. Over 1.5 threes. I got minus 102 today. I'm pretty sure she's going to be starting. She probably should be starting. I've loved betting her all season. You and I have kind of smacked her a few times in different ways and in different games. The 2 threes feels very comfortable. I like the 3+ for some plus money as well. She should take 5 to 6. Also, the last time that the Liberty won in the Commissioner's Cup, I believe she hit, I want to say 5 or 6 3-pointers in that game.
Silly.
She went crazy. So maybe she remembers that fondly. I'm hoping she does. Over 1.5 threes from her. The others are kind of chalky, but it's a championship style game. You got to think that these ladies are going to show up and they're going to hoop. I went with Jackie. I like her assists. I got 6.5 for minus 125. Obviously, Chelsea Gray has been really facilitating well for this team, hitting her over 6.5 assist line for 6 straight games. I know you came and talked about that the last time you were on the show, but I went with Jackie instead. The 7+ feels really comfortable. She did that in the earlier game against the Aces this season, and she's also had good success against the Aces in facilitating. I think she can score too. I got all these numbers as well before the Asia Wilson news happened, like Flo was saying, so some of these lines might be a little bit different in comparison. This one's just chalk. I'm not even going to explain it to you. I think Stewie has a big game, 18.5 points. The line's up to 19.5 now. I think she gets 20+ tonight, especially with no Asia down low to deal with. And I think that if you think the Liberty can cover the 6.5 point spread, Stewie's going to have to hoop. Last one. This was a little bit sneakier. I love this one, though. This might be my favorite for the plus money price. Sabrina Ionescu, over 4.5 boards, plus 100. She had 10 rebounds against this team when she came back about a week ago against the Aces. She hasn't looked like Sabrina yet. She's still returning from injury. She hasn't really looked like she's gotten into the flow. She started to play finally in the 30-minute range every game, but she's starting to get her feet back under her. But as we know, with hoopers that are trying to get back in the mix, what do they do if they're not getting as many shots? What do they do if they're not getting as many 3-point attempts? They hit the glass. So I like the 4.5 boards, plus 100, great price. I'm seeing minus 125, minus 130. I like it there too. Maybe a good little ladder spot there as well. And I'm with you. I think the Aces do keep this game relatively close. I don't know if they get the job done necessarily, but they got a lot of players on this team. Jewel Lloyd coming off the bench can knock down a couple of big 3-pointers. I know you talked about Kennedy Carter possibly having something to say in this game as well. So going to be a fun one tonight on Amazon Prime. If you want to have dual screens between watching the soccer, maybe some baseball, and then tapping in with the ladies tonight in the WNBA Commissioner's Cup final. I'll let you say the 2 MVP sprinkles you have as well. I'll just say this to the chat. These ladies tonight, just like the NBA in-season tournament, these ladies tonight, the winner of the Commissioner's Cup, each player gets $30,000. The loser gets $10,000. So you still are getting something for being there, but the winners get a little bit more. And even though these ladies are making more money this year, as they should, $30K is nothing to sneeze at for winning a basketball game, regardless of how much cheese you're making.
It's also bragging rights. You know what I mean? Like, you look at the people that walked home with $10K, like, what's up? What's up, bitch?
Well, it's a lot of these ladies on the bench, not the big superstar names. Yeah, all the big names that deserve the massive extensions they got in the offseason in comparison. A lot of these other ladies are still not making a bunch of money on the bench, especially. So they're the ones that are going to go. You're going to see them running on the court as soon as they win, because they're going to be like, "Ooh, I just made $30,000. Let's go." So a couple of MVP sprinkles, Flo, and then we'll go to the baseball.
Yeah, so for the Aces to win today, I guess Becky Hammond is going to need Jackie Young to play like a 1A, huh? Yep, she's got to show up tonight, because I took this before Asia, because in a game like this is with me thinking whether Asia was in or out, because this game has been won. The MVP has been won by players who are like flat out not the best player on the team. Last year was Natasha Howard. Jonquil Jones won one. Chelsea Gray won one when the Aces won the cup back in 2022, I want to say. So for 1,700 and 3,500, the prices have gone down. That's what it's going to take. It's going to take like one of these players. I'll cap it now that it's over, that Asia's out. But it's going to take Jackie Young having a maestro performance. She's going to play 36 minutes. She is a bulldog. She's rugged. She's one of the best conditioned players in the league. She could do everything. I think that the Liberty are going to throw extra bodies at her and force her teammates to make shots, which lends me to think that maybe this is a Jewel Lloyd spot with a couple spot up 3-pointers. But I like Jackie. I like Chelsea Gray. She's big game Gray. She's a player who plays like Earl Perlman, bro. She gets it done. She has a killer mid-range jump shot. She's a threat in the open floor. And I think with Kennedy Carter in there, Kennedy Carter is also live to win MVP too, because you know what? We always talk about sports and why we love sports. This is the perfect redemption arc. Was she officially suspended because she talked mess about AZ Fudd? No, but that's what I think happened. Well, Kennedy, this is your second game back, and you want to make up for that? Well, go wild. Go unleash her. Becky Hammond has had a short rope with her in a lot of games. This is the game where, you know what, let it go loose. The Liberty don't have anyone to stay in front of her. Like the backcourt of Astier and Sabrina Ionescu and Marine Johannes, like no one can stay in front of Kennedy Carter. We all know that. Kennedy Carter is one of the 5 best scoring guards in the league right now. She's on that bench, and a spot to be unleashed is right here where they'll need the offense. She also is someone who plays the role of a villain. What better way to be a villain than to be in the Barclays Center with that crowd sold out, booing you, and the money on the table? I could think of, well, I'm a Liberty fan. I don't want to see it happen, but as a neutral observer, I could think of nothing more poetic for Kennedy Carter to come into this spot and just to flat out dominate.
Let's go, dude. Gonna be a great game tonight. Check it out on Amazon Prime. Watch the WNBA this evening. Show us that shirt one more time for the kids. I gotta see that. That's a fresh shirt. That's awesome.
I had to dig under my Knicks championship gear to find this one. It was in the corner, you know.
Oh, I love you, man. You know, it's good. We finally have some diversity as we have grown the team here on Betting News. We don't have to deal with as much Boston slander. We got a Wizards fan.
We didn't need that kind of
Knicks
diversity.
fan.
Nobody wanted the orange and blue kind. Okay.
Hey, man, you got some fellow Packers fans with you now. Sauce,
yeah,
man.
I do.
You're not
know.
solo dolo on the cheesehead environment anymore.
I talk from a place of you know, I don't know, plethora on my side. I'm just a hater through and through. That's it.
Also, now that we're getting closer to this, the fantasy football league next year is going to go crazy, man.
Oh yeah.
Holy. All right, let's talk some diamonds, and then we will cook the parlay and we'll get out of here. Flo, I know I said you were going to be done earlier. Do you need to get out of here for this last 10 minutes, or do you want to stick around till the end of the show?
I'll just hang out and vibe. I'll just observe.
Oh yeah.
Let's go. All right, these two lads got some plays on the diamond this evening. I'll let PJ lead us off here, and then Sauceman can take us home and tuck us in with some guys on the diamond that are going to go yard. Talked Yankees a little earlier from Flo, PJ. I know you like something with the Yankees tonight.
Well, I mean, this pitching matchup tonight, you arguably have the 2 best pitchers in the American League. Tariq Skubal's going for the Tigers. Cam Schlittler's going for the Yankees. Skubal's won back-to-back AL Cy Young Award. Schlittler right now is the favorite to win it this year. The total 7 tonight at the Bronx. I still like the full game under. I like the first 5 under, 3.5 as well. I just think this is going to be as easy as you got 2 struggling offenses. The Tigers have been a bottom 10 offense in baseball just about all year. The Yankees are beat up with injuries. They just had Jazz Chisholm get knocked out of the game last night. So they're beat up. They're starting AAA guys off the bench. They can't hit anything. And now you got to go up against Tariq Skubal, who the Tigers are trying to ramp back up. This is his 4th start tonight that he's making since coming back from injury. There's a lot of talk that he's likely to get dealt at the trade deadline, and the Tigers obviously want to haul for him, and they want to make sure that he's looking like Tariq Skubal, so these teams throw the boat at Detroit with all these prospects. I think he's great. Schlittler's had 17 starts this season for the Yankees. 13 of those, he's given up either no earned runs or 1 earned run, so he's been awesome. Full game under, first 5 under, I think is the way to go in that game. And then Kansas City and Tampa tonight. I like the over in that game. Some 9.5 still out there. I just took the 10 at a shorter price. But boys, like sometimes baseball is simple to me where there are certain parks when you see a double-digit number, that tells me that we're taking the over. You know, like Coors Field, you get it all the time. Sacramento, you get it. Wrigley, like tonight when the wind's blowing out, you'll get that as well. But Kansas City is usually a pitcher's park, but with the humidity picking up, I think you're going to see some offense. Griffin Jacks against Noah Cameron, 2 pitchers that are not all that great. So I think we're going to see a high-scoring game in that one tonight. So an over in that game, and then a couple of unders in Yankees-Tigers.
Let's go. So no offense in New York, and then a bunch of don't talk to Shags about the Royals right now. He doesn't even know baseball's going on. He's too deep in the in the pitch. And yeah, dope Bullets jersey for sure. Okay, Sauce Man. I know you posted your article, your daily dingers. Who's going Yabo today?
I got two guys, both lefties, and I'll start off with a little bit of chalk. Yesterday, Otani got us. He helped me bust out of my slump because last week was not so good to me in terms of dingers. But this week, I got a couple more. First, we're going with Yordan Alvarez for the Houston Astros. Alvarez just celebrated his 29th birthday over the weekend, so I'm assuming that's why he's still been a little bit bad over the last couple of games. A little bit of that birthday hangover. I'm sure he's enjoying himself, but now it's Tuesday. You're back home in Houston at Daikin Park, and you're ready to mash the ball. He's been absolutely fantastic here in Houston, hitting over 300 here. He's got his slugging percentage jumps up over 600. The guy's just been really, really good. The matchup tonight isn't as easy. He's going up against Joe Ryan. Joe Ryan's been great this year. He's got 3.18 ERA, and he's holding opposing batters just 220 on the year. The thing is he struggled against lefties. Reason being, he relies heavy on that four-seam fastball, and that's something that Yordan hits honestly really, really well. He's at a 324 batting average against the four-seam fastball against right-handed pitchers and a near 60% hard hit rate. So, yeah, Yordan's been one of the best hitters in the MLB. He is tied for third in home runs. He is number one in WOBA and just been absolutely incredible here in Houston. And then I got one more. We're going with the big boy, one of my favorite big boys to bet across all big leagues, Max Muncy, for a home run. The guy has been honestly really, really good to start this year. He hit 282 in the month of June, but only had 3 home runs, his third home run coming last night. Last night was also the first time that he's played here in Sutter Health Park since the Athletics made the switch. And I just think the 2 hits, wind blowing out, just lined up perfectly. You're getting him again tonight at plus 350 because he is batting close to 6th, 7th in the lineup. He had 2 hits last night. He hit one out of the park, and I just think that this is the perfect spot for him to get one again. He's been great against left-handed pitchers this season, and he's been great on the road. 8 of his 17 home runs have come away from Dodger Stadium. And like PJ said, when there's this is one of those parks where offense comes naturally. Winds are blowing out towards center field around 14 to 15 miles per hour. And like I said, Max Muncy has been absolutely crushing the ball this month, just not out of the park. I think tonight he goes back-to-back and gets another home run against a lefty in Jeffrey Springs.
Let's go. So a couple of home run hitters, a couple of plays in the total department on the diamond this evening. You guys can go check out these guys' articles at bettingnews.com, breaking down a little bit more analysis on the plays they just talked about as well on the diamond if you want to get involved over there. All right, guys, 4 minutes. Let's cook the parlay. Great show today, talking through all the different news happening. We're going to have a lot more stuff that probably drops over the next couple of hours as we get into the NBA free agency officially opening. There's going to be probably some other bangers that happen. Sham's phone's going to be busy. Wendy's going to be busy, so stick around. We'll talk about more of that. B and I will be back with you guys tomorrow on Bestpresso. Shags will be live in the morning for the morning spread, breaking down everything that we're going to see in the NBA free agency opening up this evening. Thanks, Beast. Are you being sarcastic or are you being legit? I'm being legit? Okay, fair enough. Okay.
Yeah, sure. We went, I think, 55 minutes before we gave out bets, so that was great.
Oh, well. I mean, when we do the good, the bad, the ugly, it always is 40 minutes, regardless if I'm here or not. So, you know.
So, because we should do 30 minutes easily. 55 minutes later.
Hey, it's turned into one of the most important things that we do on this channel. When football comes back, we might just have to spend the entire hour doing it.
I mean, yeah.
Sure. All right, let's start off with this Mexico-Ecuador game. I know Shags likes Mexico. PJ, what did you say you had in this game?
I had the under 2.5. It was juiced though, like minus 150 maybe.
I know both BTP and Shags also did like that though.
Should we just take Mexico to advance? It's minus 180, but they just got to like. So then, if this game goes to PKs,
I would like to do that because I've like Germany. I had their money line. Netherlands. I had their money line and parlays. Advance. Well, I guess neither of those teams would have advanced, so that's a bad example. But
I see what you mean because the under 2.5 is minus 250, which might be a tiny bit, might be a tiny bit juicy. But all right, so both teams or Mexico to advance just to get the job done, regardless how they do it. Minus 180 to start us off. Baseball, PJ, what's your favorite of the totals?
Probably the first 5, I would say. First 5 under 3.5.
Under 3.5, first 5 for the Yanks?
Or, yeah, just for both. For Tigers, Yankees, for that game.
Yeah, for that game, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Let me just find it here.
Detroit just announced that they will match any offer sheet handed to Jalen Duren.
That's going to be some interesting news how that ends up playing out as well.
Yep.
First 5 total runs under. I'm seeing under 3.5.
Yep.
Yeah.
Under 3.5. Yes, sir.
Okay. Shit, no runs, man. Just 0. Can we just go 0-0? Just can we get master classes, please?
Be fantastic.
All right. Sauce Man, Muncie, you like better? You like the big boy? To be fair, you bet 2 big boys.
I did bet 2 big boys, but give me give me Muncie. Give me Muncie. HRR.
No, you're plums. Don't let me sway you.
Yeah, I was gonna say Jordan, but I think Muncie's the way to go. Weather's fantastic down there. I just want to make sure that he's been confirmed in the lineup. He wasn't confirmed yet, but he should be in the lineup tonight.
I'm seeing his props.
Yeah, let's go with Muncie.
You want to go HRR or bases?
HRR, just because he's batting so late in the order.
Okay. Muncie over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. All right, Flo, we got to decide on a WNBA play here, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways you could go here.
I know, dude. I know. How do you feel about just taking Stewie?
I'm good with that one. I tend to agree with you. The paint protection is going to be non-existent, you know?
I really like the Johannes 2 threes, but it's not like available everywhere, which is annoying.
And she's probably coming up well, perhaps, because Astier started last game, so it might be. I do like the concept of like just take Stewie, dog to be the dog kind of thing.
Yeah, I was also looking at the stats too. Without Asia on the floor, like this defense has been significantly worse, almost 15 points per game defensively, and no paint protection. I mean, Stewie should benefit the most from open lanes.
She also hit 3-pointers against the Aces recently too, which is pretty interesting. The other one I was going to say is PA for Jackie Young, 25.5. You like her threes. I like her assists. I think she's going to score.
The most obvious one to me is Kennedy Carter. I'm just so afraid because last game against the Sky, she's rolling, she's playing great, and she had a terrible take foul that didn't really make sense. And then Becky got Jewel Lloyd off that bench so fast to get Kennedy out of the game. I don't know if you can do that spot, but Kennedy just scares me. But the 15-20 for Kennedy just feels like,
I think that's a fine straight and have some fun laddering that maybe. But I agree. For a parlay, I'd hate if she ended up playing 15 minutes and that was it.
Yeah. But I'm right there with you. I like Stewie.
All right, let's go Stewie then. 20 points.
Substitute Muncie with Yordong.
Okay. HRR still?
HRR, yep. We can do the bases with him too, because that might be a little bit more juice, but both I'm good with.
Let me see here. We're looking at HRR. Oh, wait, 1.5 minus 140. It's not bad.
No, actually, let's do that then. Let's do that.
Okay, so Mexico to advance, under 3.5 for the Yankees and Tigers, just studs being studs in the first 5 innings there. 19.5 points for Brianna Stewart in the Commissioner Cup final game, and then over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs for Yordong. Plus 800. Pretty good.
Feels good.
Not bad.
Feels good.
That was the first time I've heard PJ make that noise, so we are cooking, chat. We are.
Well, somebody was saying that Shags was only plus 310, so for ours to be plus 800, I'm pretty good. Little juice.
All right now.
Last time I was part of their parlay, there's cash and mine didn't.
Little good.
All right now. Well, we've had a great show with you guys today. Thanks for tuning in for your afternoon Vetspresso right here on the Betting News Network. Go follow Stefan Florval at Stefan Florval on Twitter. Go follow PJ Glasser at BJ Glasser9. Great to have you guys as part of the channel moving forward as through the rest of the summer and into the fall. Go follow him, I guess. Go follow Sauceman at VSauce3As.
Don't turn the noties on, though.
I'm not going to lie to you. He's saying that jokingly, but as his friend and longtime friend, just don't turn the noties on.
I'm not joking. Nobody wants to hear from me. Just follow me. That's it.
No, turn the noties on. Get involved with this content. Big shout out to Brees McNeese down below. We appreciate you guys tuning in right here on YouTube, Twitch, or on X. Give us a follow across all platforms for more sports betting content and all the vibes every single day. Shags will be back with you guys in the morning for the morning spread at 12 o'clock Eastern. Me and myself and a couple special guests will be joining us tomorrow on Wednesday for a Hump Day edition, as Mr. Kaufman just decided that he didn't want to do shows tomorrow. No, I'm kidding. He's on vacation. So it'll be me and B once again for the vibes. Sending you guys off into the hump day sun. Gentlemen, enjoy your evening. Anybody else got anything to say before we get out of here?
Thursday, Dominic Malonga to the moon.
All right, I won't forget that. I'm writing it down right now.
Sook just like got bricked up a little bit. He doesn't know why somewhere, and that was why.
I hope he's still not in the shower. Dude's probably pruned up.
Nothing like taking a shower and getting pruned up. You guys came for the winners and you stayed for the vibes. Have a fantastic rest of your Tuesday night. Enjoy the sports out there that you get after, and we'll catch you guys in the morning, bright and early for the morning spread. Take it easy, chat.
What you know about rolling down in the deep? Down in the deep. Now I know y'all be loving this shit right here. Rolling. What you gonna do? Rolling. What you gonna do? Down in the rolling. What you gonna do? Right, y'all be loving this shit. What you know about